Salvo takes the hill for New York, while the Mariners counter with Miguel Batista. The Yankees were shut down by Seattle starter Jared Washburn in last night's 3-0 loss. New York, which split a 4-game series with Seattle last weekend, has dropped 2 straight after a 7-2 surge. They have scored just 2 runs combined in those 2 losses. Friday was Seattle's AL leading 4th shutout win. Washburn went 8 innings, striking out 6 and yielding just 6 hits. The win put Seattle over the 500 mark at 16-15, 1.5 games behind AL West leading Los Angeles. Rookie Matt DeSalvo will look to help the Yankees bounce back. On Monday against the Mariners at Yankee Stadium, DeSalvo allowed just 1 run and 3 hits in 7 innings. He earned a no decision, however, as Seattle scored runs in the 8th and 9th innings to beat the Yankees 3-2. Miguel Batista started opposite DeSalvo last Monday, allowing 2 runs and 9 hits in 6 1/3 innings, but he did not earn a decision. Batista is 2-2 with a 4.33 ERA in 17 games, 5 of those being starts against the Yankees. He's 3-2 so far this season. Jorge Posada had 2 hits in the loss yesterday and extended his personal hitting streak to 7 games. During that streak, he's 12 for 25 and has raised his average to .358. He's 5 for 11 lifetime against Miguel Batista. Also, the Yankees could have Jason Giambi back tonight after missing 3 games because of a bone spur near his heel. Giambi is hitting .299 but is 0 for 10 in his last 3 contests. Seattle placed Jeff Weaver, who is 0-6 with a 14.32 ERA in his 6 starts, on the 15-day DL with right shoulder tendonitis before Friday's game. With his tough start and his career history, Weaver had actually been in danger of losing a spot in the rotation and possibly even the roster. Left-hander Ryan Roland Smith was recalled from AAA Tacoma to fill Weaver's roster spot. It's the Yankees and the Mariners. DeSalvo taking on Batista. Game time set for 7:05 p.m. in Seattle. You can see it live on MLB.tv beginning at 10 p.m. Eastern. The New York Yankees hope to avoid their 3rd straight loss tonight as they take on the Seattle Mariners. First pitch is 7:05 at Safeco Field. Rookie Matt DeSalvo takes the hill for New York, while the Mariners counter with Miguel Batista. The Yankees were shut down by Seattle starter Jared Washburn in last night's 3-0 loss. New York, which split a 4-game series with Seattle last weekend, has dropped 2 straight after a 7-2 surge. They have scored just 2 runs combined in those 2 losses. Friday was Seattle's AL leading 4th shutout win. Washburn went 8 innings, striking out 6 and yielding just 6 hits. The win put Seattle over the 500 mark at 16-15, 1.5 games behind AL West leading Los Angeles. Rookie Matt DeSalvo will look to help the Yankees bounce back. On Monday against the Mariners at Yankee Stadium, DeSalvo allowed just 1 run and 3 hits in 7 innings. He earned a no decision, however, as Seattle scored runs in the 8th and 9th innings to beat the Yankees 3-2. Miguel Batista started opposite DeSalvo last Monday, allowing 2 runs and 9 hits in 6 1/3 innings, but he did not earn a decision. Batista is 2-2 with a 4.33 ERA in 17 games, 5 of those being starts against the Yankees. He's 3-2 so far this season. Jorge Posada had 2 hits in the loss yesterday and extended his personal hitting streak to 7 games. During that streak, he's 12 for 25 and has raised his average to .358. He's 5 for 11 lifetime against Miguel Batista. Also, the Yankees could have Jason Giambi back tonight after missing 3 games because of a bone spur near his heel. Giambi is hitting .299 but is 0 for 10 in his last 3 contests. Seattle placed Jeff Weaver, who is 0-6 with a 14.32 ERA in his 6 starts, on the 15-day DL with right shoulder tendonitis before Friday's game. With his tough start and his career history, Weaver had actually been in danger of losing a spot in the rotation and possibly even the roster. Left-hander Ryan Roland Smith was recalled from AAA Tacoma to fill Weaver's roster spot. It's the Yankees and the Mariners. DeSalvo taking on Batista. Game time set for 7:05 p.m. in Seattle. You can see it live on MLB.tv beginning at 10 p.m. Eastern. The New York Yankees hope to avoid their third straight loss tonight as they take on the Seattle Mariners. First pitch is 7:05 at Safeco Field. Rookie Matt DeSalvo takes the hill for New York, while the Mariners counter with Miguel Batista. The Yankees were shut down by Seattle starter Jared Washburn in last night's 3-0 loss. New York, which split a 4-game series with Seattle last weekend, has dropped 2 straight after a 7-2 surge. They have scored just 2 runs combined in those 2 losses. Friday was Seattle's AL leading 4th shutout win. Washburn went 8 innings, striking out 6 and yielding just 6 hits. The win put Seattle over the 500 mark at 16-15, 1.5 games behind AL West leading Los Angeles. Rookie Matt DeSalvo will look to help the Yankees bounce back. On Monday against the Mariners at Yankee Stadium, DeSalvo allowed just 1 run and 3 hits in 7 innings. He earned a no decision, however, as Seattle scored runs in the 8th and 9th innings to beat the Yankees 3-2. Miguel Batista started opposite DeSalvo last Monday, allowing 2 runs and 9 hits in 6 1/3 innings, but he did not earn a decision. Batista is 2-2 with a 4.33 ERA in 17 games, 5 of those being starts against the Yankees. He's 3-2 so far this season. Jorge Posada had 2 hits in the loss yesterday and extended his personal hitting streak to 7 games. During that streak, he's 12 for 25 and has raised his average to .358. He's 5 for 11 lifetime against Miguel Batista. Also, the Yankees could have Jason Giambi back tonight after missing 3 games because of a bone spur near his heel. Giambi is hitting .299 but is 0 for 10 in his last 3 contests. Seattle placed Jeff Weaver, who is 0-6 with a 14.32 ERA and 6 starts on the 15-day DL with right shoulder tendonitis before Friday's game. With his tough start and his career history, Weaver had actually been in danger of losing his spot in the rotation and possibly even the roster. Left-hander Ryan Roland Smith was recalled from AAA Tacoma to fill Weaver's roster spot. It's the Yankees and the Mariners. DeSalvo taking on Batista. Game time set for 7:05 p.m. in Seattle. You can see it live on MLB.tv beginning at 10 p.m. Eastern. The New York Yankees hope to avoid their third straight loss tonight as they take on the Seattle Mariners. First pitch is 7:05 at Safeco Field. Rookie Matt DeSalvo takes the hill for New York, while the Mariners counter with Miguel Batista. The Yankees were shut down by Seattle starter Jared Washburn in last night's 3-0 loss. New York, which split a 4-game series with Seattle last weekend, has dropped 2 straight after a 7-2 surge. They have scored just 2 runs combined in those 2 losses. Friday was Seattle's AL leading 4th shutout win. Washburn went 8 innings, striking out 6 and yielding just 6 hits. The win put Seattle over the 500 mark at 16-15, 1.5 games behind AL West leading Los Angeles. Rookie Matt DeSalvo will look to help the Yankees bounce back. On Monday against the Mariners at Yankee Stadium, DeSalvo allowed just 1 run and 3 hits in 7 innings. He earned a no decision, however, as Seattle scored runs in the 8th and 9th innings to beat the Yankees 3-2. Miguel Batista started opposite DeSalvo last Monday, allowing 2 runs and 9 hits in 6 1/3 innings, but he did not earn a decision. Batista is 2-2 with a 4.33 ERA in 17 games, 5 of those being starts against the Yankees. He's 3-2 so far this season. Jorge Posada had 2 hits in the loss yesterday and extended his personal hitting streak to 7 games. During that streak, he's 12 for 25 and has raised his average to .358. He's 5 for 11 lifetime against Miguel Batista. Also, the Yankees could have Jason Giambi back tonight after missing 3 games because of a bone spur near his heel. Giambi is hitting .299 but is 0 for 10 in his last 3 contests. Seattle placed Jeff Weaver, who is 0-6 with a 14.32 ERA and 6 starts on the 15-day DL with right shoulder tendonitis before Friday's game. With his tough start and his career history, Weaver had actually been in danger of losing his spot in the rotation and possibly even the roster. Left-hander Ryan Roland Smith was recalled from AAA Tacoma to fill Weaver's roster spot. It's the Yankees and the Mariners. DeSalvo taking on Batista. Game time set for 7:05 p.m. in Seattle. You can see it live on MLB.tv beginning at 10 p.m. Eastern. The New York Yankees hope to avoid their third straight loss tonight as they take on the Seattle Mariners. First pitch is 7:05 at Safeco Field. Rookie Matt DeSalvo takes the hill for New York, while the Mariners counter with Miguel Batista. The Yankees were shut down by Seattle starter Jared Washburn in last night's 3-0 loss. New York, which split a 4-game series with Seattle last weekend, has dropped 2 straight after a 7-2 surge. They have scored just 2 runs combined in those 2 losses. Friday was Seattle's AL leading 4th shutout win. Washburn went 8 innings, striking out 6 and yielding just 6 hits. The win put Seattle over the 500 mark at 16-15, 1.5 games behind AL West leading Los Angeles. Rookie Matt DeSalvo will look to help the Yankees bounce back. On Monday against the Mariners at Yankee Stadium, DeSalvo allowed just 1 run and 3 hits in 7 innings. He earned a no decision, however, as Seattle scored runs in the 8th and 9th innings to beat the Yankees 3-2. Miguel Batista started opposite DeSalvo last Monday, allowing 2 runs and 9 hits in 6 1/3 innings, but he did not earn a decision. Batista is 2-2 with a 4.33 ERA in 17 games, 5 of those being starts against the Yankees. He's 3-2 so far this season. Jorge Posada had 2 hits in the loss yesterday and extended his personal hitting streak to 7 games. During that streak, he's 12 for 25 and has raised his average to .358. He's 5 for 11 lifetime against Miguel Batista. Also, the Yankees could have Jason Giambi back tonight after missing 3 games because of a bone spur near his heel. Giambi is hitting .299 but is 0 for 10 in his last 3 contests. Seattle placed Jeff Weaver, who is 0-6 with a 14.32 ERA and 6 starts on the 15-day DL with right shoulder tendonitis before Friday's game. With his tough start and his career history, Weaver had actually been in danger of losing his spot in the rotation and possibly even the roster. Left-hander Ryan Roland Smith was recalled from AAA Tacoma to fill Weaver's roster spot. It's the Yankees and the Mariners. DeSalvo taking on Batista. Game time set for 7:05 p.m. in Seattle. You can see it live on MLB.tv beginning at 10 p.m. Eastern. The New York Yankees hope to avoid their third straight loss tonight as they take on the Seattle Mariners. First pitch is 7:05 at Safeco Field. Rookie Matt DeSalvo takes the hill for New York, while the Mariners counter with Miguel Batista. The Yankees were shut down by Seattle starter Jared Washburn in last night's 3-0 loss. New York, which split a 4-game series with Seattle last weekend, has dropped 2 straight after a 7-2 surge. They have scored just 2 runs combined in those 2 losses. Friday was Seattle's AL leading 4th shutout win. Washburn went 8 innings, striking out 6 and yielding just 6 hits. The win put Seattle over the 500 mark at 16-15, 1.5 games behind AL West leading Los Angeles. Rookie Matt DeSalvo will look to help the Yankees bounce back. On Monday against the Mariners at Yankee Stadium, DeSalvo allowed just 1 run and 3 hits in 7 innings. He earned a no decision, however, as Seattle scored runs in the 8th and 9th innings to beat the Yankees 3-2. Miguel Batista started opposite DeSalvo last Monday, allowing 2 runs and 9 hits in 6 1/3 innings, but he did not earn a decision. Batista is 2-2 with a 4.33 ERA in 17 games, 5 of those being starts against the Yankees. He's 3-2 so far this season. Jorge Posada had 2 hits in the loss yesterday and extended his personal hitting streak to 7 games. During that streak, he's 12 for 25 and has raised his average to .358. He's 5 for 11 lifetime against Miguel Batista. Also, the Yankees could have Jason Giambi back tonight after missing 3 games because of a bone spur near his heel. Giambi is hitting .299 but is 0 for 10 in his last 3 contests. Seattle placed Jeff Weaver, who is 0-6 with a 14.32 ERA and 6 starts on the 15-day DL with right shoulder tendonitis before Friday's game. With his tough start and his career history, Weaver had actually been in danger of losing his spot in the rotation and possibly even the roster. Left-hander Ryan Roland Smith was recalled from AAA Tacoma to fill Weaver's roster spot. It's the Yankees and the Mariners. DeSalvo taking on Batista. Game time set for 7:05 p.m. in Seattle. You can see it live on MLB.tv beginning at 10 p.m. Eastern. The New York Yankees hope to avoid their third straight loss tonight as they take on the Seattle Mariners. First pitch is 7:05 at Safeco Field. Rookie Matt DeSalvo takes the hill for New York, while the Mariners counter with Miguel Batista. The Yankees were shut down by Seattle starter Jared Washburn in last night's 3-0 loss. New York, which split a 4-game series with Seattle last weekend, has dropped 2 straight after a 7-2 surge. They have scored just 2 runs combined in those 2 losses. Friday was Seattle's AL leading 4th shutout win. Washburn went 8 innings, striking out 6 and yielding just 6 hits. The win put Seattle over the 500 mark at 16-15, 1.5 games behind AL West leading Los Angeles. Rookie Matt DeSalvo will look to help the Yankees bounce back. On Monday against the Mariners at Yankee Stadium, DeSalvo allowed just 1 run and 3 hits in 7 innings. He earned a no decision, however, as Seattle scored runs in the 8th and 9th innings to beat the Yankees 3-2. Miguel Batista started opposite DeSalvo last Monday, allowing 2 runs and 9 hits in 6 1/3 innings, but he did not earn a decision. Batista is 2-2 with a 4.33 ERA in 17 games, 5 of those being starts against the Yankees. He's 3-2 so far this season. Jorge Posada had 2 hits in the loss yesterday and extended his personal hitting streak to 7 games. During that streak, he's 12 for 25 and has raised his average to .358. He's 5 for 11 lifetime against Miguel Batista. Also, the Yankees could have Jason Giambi back tonight after missing 3 games because of a bone spur near his heel. Giambi is hitting .299 but is 0 for 10 in his last 3 contests. Seattle placed Jeff Weaver, who is 0-6 with a 14.32 ERA in his 6 starts, on the 15-day DL with right shoulder tendonitis before Friday's game. With his tough start and his career history, Weaver had actually been in danger of losing his spot in the rotation and possibly even the roster. Left-hander Ryan Roland Smith was recalled from AAA Tacoma to fill Weaver's roster spot. It's the Yankees and the Mariners. DeSalvo taking on Batista. Game time set for 7:05 p.m. in Seattle. You can see it live on MLB.tv beginning at 10 p.m. Eastern. The New York Yankees hope to avoid their third straight loss tonight as they take on the Seattle Mariners. First pitch is 7:05 at Safeco Field. Rookie Matt DeSalvo takes the hill for New York, while the Mariners counter with Miguel Batista. The Yankees were shut down by Seattle starter Jared Washburn in last night's 3-0 loss. New York, which split a 4-game series with Seattle last weekend, has dropped 2 straight after a 7-2 surge. They have scored just 2 runs combined in those 2 losses. Friday was Seattle's AL leading 4th shutout win. Washburn went 8 innings, striking out 6 and yielding just 6 hits. The win put Seattle over the 500 mark at 16-15, 1.5 games behind AL West leading Los Angeles. Rookie Matt DeSalvo will look to help the Yankees bounce back. On Monday against the Mariners at Yankee Stadium, DeSalvo allowed just 1 run and 3 hits in 7 innings. He earned a no decision, however, as Seattle scored runs in the 8th and 9th innings to beat the Yankees 3-2. Miguel Batista started opposite DeSalvo last Monday, allowing 2 runs and 9 hits in 6 1/3 innings, but he did not earn a decision. Batista is 2-2 with a 4.33 ERA in 17 games, 5 of those being starts against the Yankees. He's 3-2 so far this season. Jorge Posada had 2 hits in the loss yesterday and extended his personal hitting streak to 7 games. During that streak, he's 12 for 25 and has raised his average to .358. He's 5 for 11 lifetime against Miguel Batista. Also, the Yankees could have Jason Giambi back tonight after missing 3 games because of a bone spur near his heel. Giambi is hitting .299 but is 0 for 10 in his last 3 contests. Seattle placed Jeff Weaver, who is 0-6 with a 14.32 ERA in his 6 starts, on the 15-day DL with right shoulder tendonitis before Friday's game. With his tough start and his career history, Weaver had actually been in danger of losing his spot in the rotation and possibly even the roster. Left-hander Ryan Roland Smith was recalled from AAA Tacoma to fill Weaver's roster spot. It's the Yankees and the Mariners. DeSalvo taking on Batista. Game time set for 7:05 p.m. in Seattle. You can see it live on MLB.tv beginning at 10 p.m. Eastern. The New York Yankees hope to avoid their third straight loss tonight as they take on the Seattle Mariners. First pitch is 7:05 at Safeco Field. Rookie Matt DeSalvo takes the hill for New York, while the Mariners counter with Miguel Batista. The Yankees were shut down by Seattle starter Jared Washburn in last night's 3-0 loss. New York, which split a 4-game series with Seattle last weekend, has dropped 2 straight after a 7-2 surge. They have scored just 2 runs combined in those 2 losses. Friday was Seattle's AL leading 4th shutout win. Washburn went 8 innings, striking out 6 and yielding just 6 hits. The win put Seattle over the 500 mark at 16-15, 1.5 games behind AL West leading Los Angeles. Rookie Matt DeSalvo will look to help the Yankees bounce back. On Monday against the Mariners at Yankee Stadium, DeSalvo allowed just 1 run and 3 hits in 7 innings. He earned a no decision, however, as Seattle scored runs in the 8th and 9th innings to beat the Yankees 3-2. Miguel Batista started opposite DeSalvo last Monday, allowing 2 runs and 9 hits in 6 1/3 innings, but he did not earn a decision. Batista is 2-2 with a 4.33 ERA in 17 games, 5 of those being starts against the Yankees. He's 3-2 so far this season. Jorge Posada had 2 hits in the loss yesterday and extended his personal hitting streak to 7 games. During that streak, he's 12 for 25 and has raised his average to .358. He's 5 for 11 lifetime against Miguel Batista. Also, the Yankees could have Jason Giambi back tonight after missing 3 games because of a bone spur near his heel. Giambi is hitting .299 but is 0 for 10 in his last 3 contests. Seattle placed Jeff Weaver, who is 0-6 with a 14.32 ERA and 6 starts on the 15-day DL with right shoulder tendonitis before Friday's game. With his tough start and his career history, Weaver had actually been in danger of losing a spot in the rotation and possibly even the roster. Left-hander Ryan Roland Smith was recalled from AAA Tacoma to fill Weaver's roster spot. It's the Yankees and the Mariners. DeSalvo taking on Batista. Game time set for 7:05 p.m. in Seattle. You can see it live on MLB.tv beginning at 10 p.m. Eastern. The New York Yankees hope to avoid their third straight loss tonight as they take on the Seattle Mariners. First pitch is 7:05 at Safeco Field. Rookie Matt DeSalvo takes the hill for New York, while the Mariners counter with Miguel Batista. The Yankees were shut down by Seattle starter Jared Washburn in last night's 3-0 loss. New York, which split a 4-game series with Seattle last weekend, has dropped 2 straight after a 7-2 surge. They have scored just 2 runs combined in those 2 losses. Friday was Seattle's AL leading 4th shutout win. Washburn went 8 innings, striking out 6 and yielding just 6 hits. The win put Seattle over the 500 mark at 16-15, 1.5 games behind AL West leading Los Angeles. Rookie Matt DeSalvo will look to help the Yankees bounce back. On Monday against the Mariners at Yankee Stadium, DeSalvo allowed just 1 run and 3 hits in 7 innings. He earned a no decision, however, as Seattle scored runs in the 8th and 9th innings to beat the Yankees 3-2. Miguel Batista started opposite DeSalvo last Monday, allowing 2 runs and 9 hits in 6 1/3 innings, but he did not earn a decision. Batista is 2-2 with a 4.33 ERA in 17 games, 5 of those being starts against the Yankees. He's 3-2 so far this season. Jorge Posada had 2 hits in the loss yesterday and extended his personal hitting streak to 7 games. During that streak, he's 12 for 25 and has raised his average to .358. He's 5 for 11 lifetime against Miguel Batista. Also, the Yankees could have Jason Giambi back tonight after missing 3 games because of a bone spur near his heel. Giambi is hitting .299 but is 0 for 10 in his last 3 contests. Seattle placed Jeff Weaver, who is 0-6 with a 14.32 ERA and 6 starts on the 15-day DL with right shoulder tendonitis before Friday's game. With his tough start and his career history, Weaver had actually been in danger of losing a spot in the rotation and possibly even the roster. Left-hander Ryan Roland Smith was recalled from AAA Tacoma to fill Weaver's roster spot. It's the Yankees and the Mariners. DeSalvo taking on Batista. Game time set for 7:05 p.m. in Seattle. You can see it live on MLB.tv beginning at 10 p.m. Eastern. The New York Yankees hope to avoid their third straight loss tonight as they take on the Seattle Mariners. First pitch is 7:05 at Safeco Field. Rookie Matt DeSalvo takes the hill for New York, while the Mariners counter with Miguel Batista. The Yankees were shut down by Seattle starter Jared Washburn in last night's 3-0 loss. New York, which split a 4-game series with Seattle last weekend, has dropped 2 straight after a 7-2 surge. They have scored just 2 runs combined in those 2 losses. Friday was Seattle's AL leading 4th shutout win. Washburn went 8 innings, striking out 6 and yielding just 6 hits. The win put Seattle over the 500 mark at 16-15, 1.5 games behind AL West leading Los Angeles. Rookie Matt DeSalvo will look to help the Yankees bounce back. On Monday against the Mariners at Yankee Stadium, DeSalvo allowed just 1 run and 3 hits in 7 innings. He earned a no decision, however, as Seattle scored runs in the 8th and 9th innings to beat the Yankees 3-2. Miguel Batista started opposite DeSalvo last Monday, allowing 2 runs and 9 hits in 6 1/3 innings, but he did not earn a decision. Batista is 2-2 with a 4.33 ERA in 17 games, 5 of those being starts against the Yankees. He's 3-2 so far this season. Jorge Posada had 2 hits in the loss yesterday and extended his personal hitting streak to 7 games. During that streak, he's 12 for 25 and has raised his average to .358. He's 5 for 11 lifetime against Miguel Batista. Also, the Yankees could have Jason Giambi back tonight after missing 3 games because of a bone spur near his heel. Giambi is hitting .299 but is 0 for 10 in his last 3 contests. Seattle placed Jeff Weaver, who is 0-6 with a 14.32 ERA and 6 starts on the 15-day DL with right shoulder tendonitis before Friday's game. With his tough start and his career history, Weaver had actually been in danger of losing a spot in the rotation and possibly even the roster. Left-hander Ryan Roland Smith was recalled from AAA Tacoma to fill Weaver's roster spot. It's the Yankees and the Mariners. DeSalvo taking on Batista. Game time set for 7:05 p.m. in Seattle. You can see it live on MLB.tv beginning at 10 p.m. Eastern. The New York Yankees hope to avoid their third straight loss tonight as they take on the Seattle Mariners. First pitch is 7:05 at Safeco Field. Rookie Matt DeSalvo takes the hill for New York, while the Mariners counter with Miguel Batista. The Yankees were shut down by Seattle starter Jared Washburn in last night's 3-0 loss. New York, which split a 4-game series with Seattle last weekend, has dropped 2 straight after a 7-2 surge. They have scored just 2 runs combined in those 2 losses. Friday was Seattle's AL leading 4th shutout win. Washburn went 8 innings, striking out 6 and yielding just 6 hits. The win put Seattle over the 500 mark at 16-15, 1.5 games behind AL West leading Los Angeles. Rookie Matt DeSalvo will look to help the Yankees bounce back. On Monday against the Mariners at Yankee Stadium, DeSalvo allowed just 1 run and 3 hits in 7 innings. He earned a no decision, however, as Seattle scored runs in the 8th and 9th innings to beat the Yankees 3-2. Miguel Batista started opposite DeSalvo last Monday, allowing 2 runs and 9 hits in 6 1/3 innings, but he did not earn a decision. Batista is 2-2 with a 4.33 ERA in 17 games, 5 of those being starts against the Yankees. He's 3-2 so far this season. Jorge Posada had 2 hits in the loss yesterday and extended his personal hitting streak to 7 games. During that streak, he's 12 for 25 and has raised his average to .358. He's 5 for 11 lifetime against Miguel Batista. Also, the Yankees could have Jason Giambi back tonight after missing 3 games because of a bone spur near his heel. Giambi is hitting .299 but is 0 for 10 in his last 3 contests. Seattle placed Jeff Weaver, who is 0-6 with a 14.32 ERA and 6 starts on the 15-day DL with right shoulder tendonitis before Friday's game. With his tough start and his career history, Weaver had actually been in danger of losing a spot in the rotation and possibly even the roster. Left-hander Ryan Roland Smith was recalled from AAA Tacoma to fill Weaver's roster spot. It's the Yankees and the Mariners. DeSalvo taking on Batista. Game time set for 7:05 p.m. in Seattle. You can see it live on MLB.tv beginning at 10 p.m. Eastern. The New York Yankees hope to avoid their third straight loss tonight as they take on the Seattle Mariners. First pitch is 7:05 at Safeco Field. Rookie Matt DeSalvo takes the hill for New York, while the Mariners counter with Miguel Batista. The Yankees were shut down by Seattle starter Jared Washburn in last night's 3-0 loss. New York, which split a 4-game series with Seattle last weekend, has dropped 2 straight after a 7-2 surge. They have scored just 2 runs combined in those 2 losses. Friday was Seattle's AL leading 4th shutout win. Washburn went 8 innings, striking out 6 and yielding just 6 hits. The win put Seattle over the 500 mark at 16-15.
Well, there it is. If you want to have a seat in the glove, come on out to Safeco Field. That young lady doing so, you can do it too. It's right beyond the left field line. And welcome to Safeco Field one more time as we get set for the second chapter of a 3-chapter story about the Mariners and the New York Yankees. And to you all, welcome one more time. I'm Dave Niehaus, along with Mike Flowers. Chapter 1 turned out all right, didn't it?
Well, it really did, and Chapter 2 is about ready to get underway. We'll see what will happen. The Yankees pitched well with their 2 young kids, and I thought Rasner pitched well last night. DeSalvo again going tonight. We'll see what's going to happen in Chapter 2.
And Mr. Batista, who's pitched quite well the last couple of outings, gets to start for the Mariners.
Well, he really has. He's really pitched well. He's thrown a lot of strikes. In New York, only gave up 2 earned runs over the course of his outing, so hopefully he'll continue the success that he's had so far.
DeSalvo was an unknown bit of information when we saw him in New York last week. He is no longer unknown.
Well, that's a fact. The guys had never faced him before, and you can see his numbers. They're very good. We'll see what type of adjustment they can make against him tonight.
So, another time against DeSalvo. What's going to happen? Who knows? Maybe Dave Sims does. Let's check in with him.
So what will be different tonight in a Mariner hitting approach? Last night they saw Darryl Rasner for the second time in a week. Tonight they see Matt DeSalvo for the second time in a week. And I had a chance to canvass some of the hitters of the Mariners, and Jose Vidro said he was impressed with the club being a little bit more aggressive last night. As for DeSalvo tonight, he says we don't want to let him get his rhythm like he did the first time out. Ichiro, I asked him about adjustments. Ichiro said, adjustments? No, we're just going to play. Richie Sexton, he's looking forward to the 6 p.m. film session, try to get something out of that. Meanwhile, Jose Guillen, he said, listen, we're at home. I promise you, it's going to be a different story tonight. So that's the approach tonight that the Mariner hitters are taking against young Matt DeSalvo in his second major league outing. We'll be back right after these messages with the starting lineups as the Yankees take on the Mariners.
We should have another sellout crowd for this middle game of this 3-game series. A reminder that Mariners baseball is brought to you by Safeco Insurance. To find a local Safeco agent, go to Safeco.com. Last night, the Mariners winning the opener by a score of 3-0. Not a heck of a lot of offense, but great pitching by Jared Washburn, but just enough offense in the 3rd inning. Ichiro doubles by the diving first baseman, and down the right field line it goes. He ends up at second base. And then Raul Ibanez just practically undresses Jason Phelps. Josh Phelps, I should say. But the big blow's here.
You're right, Dad. Kenji Jogan with the 2-run homer. Just a line drive into the seats. Didn't know if that was going to hold up, but it was enough for Jared Washburn last night.
So former Negro leaguer and major leaguer Artie Wilson out there getting set to throw out the first pitch. And look at this gentleman. I don't know how old he is, but I'll tell you, he's seen more baseball than any of us here in the booth. I'll guarantee you that. The Negro League Museum, the traveling portion of it, is right outside home plate. If you're coming to the ball game tomorrow, be sure and go through that. He doesn't like the signs. How many pitches you got, Artie? How many pitches you got? This is great. As a matter of fact, as he hands the ball to the catcher, I think that's what he's going. He's not going to hand the ball to the catcher. Buck O'Neil used to do that. At the age of 93, he would have got there and nod, no. Then he'd slowly make his way to home plate and just hand the ball to the catcher for the first pitch.
That sounds like Buck O'Neil. What a class act.
Yeah.
I always look forward to seeing Buck O'Neil when we went to Kansas City.
Yeah. Come on, Artie. Throw a strike. Get that arm oiled up. All right. Very nice. Artie Wilson throwing out the first pitch here tonight. Okay, let's look at our lineups, the Mariners lineup.
Okay, we have Ichiro leading off. A couple of hits last night. Vidro, the DH, hitting second. Raul Ibanez hitting third. Richie Sexton hitting fourth. Guillen's going to hit fifth tonight. Adrian Beltre, sixth. Kenji, you saw the big home run from him last night. Jose Lopez, and then Willie Bloomquist getting the start tonight.
Well, the umpires are coming out. They're going to exchange batting orders, and we're getting set to play baseball, and we'll be back and do that right after this timeout. A lot of day baseball today, including games in the American League West that have a bearing or will have a bearing on the standings, although it's real early. Don't tell me you don't watch the standings. I know you do. Everybody says we don't watch the standings this time of year. You're lying to me. The Angels beat Texas by a score of 6-3. And by the same margin, the Indians beat Oakland by a score of 6-3. That's what makes baseball so great. Even though this is only the 32nd game of the year, by golly, we're in the pennant race. That makes it exciting.
I absolutely agree with you, Dave, and I'll guarantee you that the players, even though they tell you that they don't watch it, they certainly do too. They know where they stand.
All right, the Yankee lineup.
Okay, tonight we have Johnny Damon's going to lead off. You can see what he has done against Miguel Batista. Very good 500 average. Abreu, Jeter, A-Rod hitting fourth. Giambi in the lineup tonight. Matsui, Posada, Minkiewicz, and Cano at second base. See the scouting report on Miguel Batista. He was very good in his outing in New York. Hopefully he can repeat that. He's throwing a lot of fastballs now. He's working inside. It certainly seems to be helping him. And then the guys that are behind him tonight. Ibanez in left, Ichiro in center, Guillen in right, Beltre at third. Willie Bloomquist getting the start at shortstop tonight. Jose Lopez at second, Richie Sexton at first, Jojima behind the plate, and Miguel on the mound.
Batista trying to win his fourth game, and he'll let you put the ball in play. It's just where you put the ball in play, and usually the first hit off him's right back through the middle for some reason or another.
Well, I mean, you know, that basically because he's trying to throw a strike in the middle of the plate and they're hitting it back at him, Dave. And then after that, he starts to work the corners a little bit more, and he's been effective lately.
That's right. So the Mariners and the Yankees, as Batista finishing his warm-up tosses. And in talking to Mike Hargrove before the game on his radio show, he said there were a lot of clubs that wanted this man before he signed as a free agent with the Seattle Mariners because of his savvy, because of how he can pitch, and he can get the job done.
Well, and they talked about his work ethic, what they thought would be helpful to the younger pitchers on the Mariners staff, and the fact that he will eat up innings. So a lot of positives to Miguel, and we're starting to see some of those things come out front. His last outing, pitched 6 1/3 against New York and gave it just the 2 earned runs. So he had a nice game plan and was able to execute it in New York.
But the guy stepping in has him for lunch. Johnny Damon, he's a 500 hitter. 13 for 26 with a couple of home runs, and we are underway with a strike. And that breaking ball too far inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. 59 degrees. The wind out of the south at 4 miles an hour. Hardly a ripple. Didn't want to do it. Check swing, and it fouled right back behind home plate. Kenji Jojima.
Saw a couple of home runs that Johnny had hit off of Miguel. That was early in his career, before 2003, so it's been a while since he's done that, but he's clearly getting his hits off of Miguel. But he's heading the count now. See if we can get him to roll over on a ground ball somewhere.
All inside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Batista, 2 wins, 2 losses, and 6 saves in his career in 17 games. This is the 6th time he started against the Yankees. And a line drive right to third baseman Adrian Beltre.
Well, it wasn't the ground ball that he wanted, but not much he could do with it. Just kind of flipped it out there. You can see it's located pretty good, up a little bit, but it's on the corner. No problem for Adrian.
Bobby Abreu, the hitter.
Abreu, normally they're 3-hole hitter, and they moved him up to the 2nd spot to try to get him going. Just 1 home run, hitting .243.
A little high. Hunter Wendelstedt calling balls and strikes. His dad, a great umpire for years. Harry. And that's on the outside corner. A nice change thrown up.
Again, working ahead in the count. Nice night for baseball. Nice crowd here tonight.
You get that upper deck up there, and the top upper deck, the row up there filled up, you're gonna have a sellout. And that's the case tonight. too far inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Down that right field line, way there in the upper deck. Slider that's a little bit inside, and the count is full. 3-2.
What a great job Jared Washburn did last night. One of the things he did that was so effective was pitch inside, and it looks like Miguel's trying to do the same.
And that pitch, one hopper right in the breadbasket of Sexton, and he underhands in plenty of time.
You can see Richie here giving a little bit of ground, trying to get a bigger hop. Sometimes that can eat you up, but Richie really does a nice job. Probably underrated as a defender. Makes a nice play and gives him a nice feed.
Well, there comes the league's leading hitter after about 6 weeks of play. Derek Jeter hitting .368. He has the most hits in the league with 50. And he takes down low. The Mariners stopped his hitting streak when they were in New York. He still hit in 27 of his last 28 games. Over the middle, into center field, and he's got an 8-gamer going. And here comes A-Rod, who's also having a heck of a year. Jorge Posada, number 3 in hitting. A-Rod hitting .341. So he's not far behind either. He's in the top 10. But he leads the league in home runs and in RBIs and in slugging. Taking down low and outside. And in runs scored. And in total bases. And in extra base hits.
If anybody can lead this league in all those categories and win the Triple Crown, I think Alex is the guy that can do it. Especially since he's off to such a great start, which I think that you have to get off to a good start. And his average at .341, like you said, is creeping up into the top 5. Tremendous year.
A slider down low. So it's a kind of hitter's delight right here. Alex is also the most dangerous hitter on the road this year in the American League, hitting .414 on the road. There's a stretch. A strike, I should say, on the inside corner, and the count goes to 2-1.
The Yankees are just 6-9 on the road this year, so Alex is having success, but the team really hasn't.
Good sinker in on his hands. 2-2.
Really, the Mariners' entire pitching staff has really gone after Alex inside, trying to run the fastball on his hands. They've done a nice job of holding him down so far.
Off of the glove of Jojima. But danger lurks with every pitch with this man at the plate. Jeter will be taking off now. Sexton telling the pitcher he's going to be playing behind Jeter.
Alex ended up getting jammed a couple times last night. Had the one infield hit, and really the ball they hit the hardest for an out was at the shortstop, and that was one that was out over the plate. Wasn't located. They tried to come in, they just missed their spot on it.
And down he goes. So A-Rod strikes out, and all is right with the world after a half an inning if you're a Mariner fan. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left. The Yankees don't score, and the Mariners coming up. Look at the Mariner lineup, Michael.
Okay, thank you, Dave. Lineups are brought to you by Honda. J.C. Willie in there. Ichiro, Vidro, Ibanez, Sexton, Guillen, Beltre, Jojima, Lopez, and Willie Bloomquist getting the start, hitting 9th. Scouting report on DeSalvo. He was very good in that outing against the Mariners in New York. Look at that average against right-handers. Pretty tough. And the defense behind him, Matsui, Damon, and Abreu in the outfield. A-Rod at third, Jeter at short, Cano at second, Minkiewicz at first, Posada behind the plate, and DeSalvo on the mound.
This is down low with his first pitch. Ichiro greeted him with a double in New York, leading off the ball game. It's the only run he gave up. He was outstanding. Matt DeSalvo from Little Marietta College in Ohio. And that's a strike. Allowed just 3 hits and 1 run in 7 innings of work on Monday. High chopper over the mound. Derek Jeter has it, has to quickly throw, and doesn't get it. An infield hit.
Wow. I'm not so sure about that. Let's see the replay. Keep in mind, these guys have to make this call in real time, and Ichiro gets to the base as quickly as anybody going down the line.
He was there. I think he was there.
Look again. Let's take another. Here's a better angle. See.
I don't think he was there.
So you can imagine the first base umpire, Randy Marsh, trying to make that call in real time. Take another look at it.
He was out.
Okay.
And almost was out on that pickoff move to first base. So the Mariners get a little bit of a break there.
Yeah. Well, you have to figure that DeSalvo's going to try to keep him close. Ichiro was running last night. You'd like to think he would continue that tonight. Put the game in motion. Cause some problems for this young man on the mound.
This is real time. Hard to tell, isn't it?
Yeah, you can see what Randy Marsh is dealing with, the first base umpire.
Strike on the outside corner. Remember, Ichiro's got a heck of a string going. 43 consecutive stolen bases. Had 2 of them last night against a kid that had not given up a stolen base, Rasner, in his brief major league career. Steve Vai on 2.
Not an overpowering pitcher. Relies on command. You see what Posada has done. barely over 10%. Throwing out the base stealers. Pretty little slider, very good changeup to left-handers. He cannot pitch in the middle of the plate, though.
And a ground ball right back to the mound. Throw to shortstop for one, and the Jeter throw on to first base. Good play by DeSalvo.
It really was. Soccer players would have been happy to see this one. Jeter hits it right back up the box. You can see him kick it off his leg into the air and then catch it.
Yeah.
It makes a perfect throw basically to Jeter. Gives him plenty of time to turn that. Nice play. Oh, hit him in the shin and just bounced straight up to him. Got lucky.
So here's Ibanez. Raul's got some long balls due him. He hit 33 home runs last year, and he has only one this year.
Well, I think you're right. He's been hitting the ball hard and getting his hits, starting to raise his average. Has it up to 274 now, but I think that you're right. He's about due to start hitting some in the seats. He's too strong, too good a hitter. He can definitely pull that inside pitch in here at Safeco. Guys like to hit the ball out to right field.
DeSalvo down low to him. DeSalvo's fastball too far inside. DeSalvo, very quick worker. Dirt goes Ibanez. So ball four. Here comes the big guy. Richie Sexson. Look at him.
With a couple of hits last night after having a couple of hits in Detroit. Starting to come around. He's been hitting the ball hard for a while. He's just now starting to get some hits. You can see his last 3 games, 4 for 8.
DeSalvo low with that pitch. Detroit wins again. They won the first 2 games of that 3-game series in Minnesota. Cleveland knocked off the Oakland A's 6-3. The Angels have been playing some great baseball, and the Angels are going to be in next beginning Tuesday. And don't you forget that Tuesday is the return of Felix Hernandez. He'll be opposed by Calvin Escobar, who's undefeated.
Well, with the win today, that's the Angels 4 in a row for them. So you're right, Dave. They're playing well.
Play for A-Rod to go and get the force on Ibanez. So here in the first, no runs are hit, the man left, and after an inning of play, we have no score.
play here at Safeco Field. There is no score. And as we do so, have a look at what the Yankees rank in offense, RBIs, runs, and hits. What's it all mean? It means they're 7 games out of the lead in the American League East. That's what it means.
It means pitching's still boss.
That's right. Giambi was pulled in last night's ball game after taking batting practice. He's up there, and he's going to try and play this year with the bone spurs in his ankle.
You have those. It's pretty much a day-to-day deal. I don't know if it's going to feel from one day to the next.
2-1. That was a pretty juicy pitch right there. Towering pop up over toward the stands, and with the Giambi shift on, reaching into the stands and can't quite get it, is Beltre. Beltre was practically at the bag at second. And did a fan take that ball away from him? Let's have a look.
Yep.
Yeah, he sure did.
He ran a long ways, too. I think he realized it as soon as he caught it. Look at him put his glove up last second, and now he realizes it. Oops. Sorry, Adrian.
He went. No, he didn't go. Sam Holbrook says. Good call by Holbrook.
I would agree.
So he loses Giambi. And Hideki Matsui will be the hitter. Matsui has had his share of success, as you can see, against Mr. Batista.
Maybe Richie can help him out a little bit over on the right side. They're not holding the runner on, so it'll help Richie have a little bit more range over there. And gobble up a ground ball, help him out.
Line down the left field line toward the corner. That's a fair ball. Will get to the corner. So Giambi to third base. He'll stay there on the double. Yankees with a big threat here with runners at second and third, nobody out.
Well, for whatever reason, some guys just have your number. You can see that pitch is just about off the plate away. Nice piece of hitting by Matsui. See, get down in the corner, and Raul does a nice job of racing over there to get it back in before Giambi has a chance to score.
And trouble stepping up to the plate now as Posada. A .358 hitter and 5 for 11. Down low and inside, 5 for 11 against Batista.
Well, Michael, bring the corners in and play the middle infield back. In situations that'll help Posada out, try to get one of the runners in. See the guys out there.
Posada, little blooper into center field, going to drop for a base hit. They're going to score one, that's all. He just muscled that ball into center field.
Yeah, you're right, Dave. This gets in his kitchen a little bit, jams him up. But because the pitch is up, he's able to get it in the air and hit it in the outfield. It wasn't hit hard at all. There's the swing. See, he just fights this pitch off.
So the Yankees have a 1-0 lead, threaten to get more with runners at first and third. And Doug Mankiewicz, the first baseman, is the hitter. down the middle.
He's been on a nice run.
Against the Mariners, he has. So you're familiar with the Mankiewicz-A-Rod relationship, high school teammates. A-Rod was a quarterback, Mankiewicz was a receiver. A-Rod used to spend a lot of time over at Mankiewicz's house and vice versa. And here they are on the same team. What are the odds of that?
A couple of high school kids playing for the New York Yankees.
Yeah.
Kids all over this country talk about it. Never happens until this.
There he is. Soon to be the second winningest New York Yankee manager in history. That's a base hit to right field. Getting the fat part of the plate now. It's 2-0 New York. So a leadoff base on balls and 3 consecutive hits.
They tried to pitch the Yankees inside. This one just kind of ends up in the middle of the plate. Mankiewicz, who's been hot lately. It's a nice line drive into right field.
And Robinson Cano, the hitter, the second baseman.
Well, a couple of things. We saw all those numbers that the Yankees have posted as an offense, so it gives you an idea how good Jared Washburn was last night and how difficult it is if you're not pinpoint on your spots. Damage that they can do in a hurry. Really use a double play ball right here.
And foul. Milwaukee beating the New York Mets today 12-3, and I only bring that up for one reason. Swinging a foul tip at the plate. There's a scout I admire very much here that works for the Philadelphia Phillies, and he will be leaving here after tomorrow to go down to San Diego, and we'll have seen all 30 teams by the time he goes down to San Diego. And he was telling me that of all the teams he's seen, by far the best club, the Milwaukee Brewers.
Is that right? So it's not just a fast start.
Yeah.
That they were able to get off to. They're actually, he thinks they're going to probably stay there.
And a fly ball to right field. And Guillen's going to get over there and make the catch. And Posada's going to scamper on to third base. So that's the first out in the inning. There's Gordon Lakey, the man to whom I referred, the Philadelphia Phillies scout. Works for Pat Gillick. He used to be with Toronto.
Brewers. Well, they have the best record. They've been great in the Central, 17-8 so far against the Central, National League Central.
And that's slicing into the gap. I don't think anybody's going to get to that. They won't. It'll roll all the way to the warning track. It's going to score one more. And just like that, it is 3-0 New York. And down at second base is Johnny Damon. As we told you when he stepped up to the plate, he wears out. Miguel Batista hit a line drive to Beltre, his first at bat. And now he goes out in the gap.
You're right, Dave. He was hitting .500 off of Miguel coming into this. You see the swing. Chavez is out talking to him right now. I'm sure telling him he's going to have to get the ball down. A lot of these balls that they're hitting are in the air.
The Mariners wait till late to score, and you can see they've been outscored in the first couple of innings by a lot of runs.
No, you're right, especially the first 3 weeks of the season offensively. They had a tough time getting on track early in games. It's been better lately, but I think that they're going to be a club that's going to score late regardless, but they really have done a nice job over the last couple of weeks of scoring some runs early. But the pitchers have given them an opportunity to do that too. I think they're obviously a much better club, like most are, playing from ahead. They have a chance. They need to get out of this inning right now.
Abreu's a hitter, and the Mariners playing back. They'll give up another run. That's down low. And Abreu a base hit to right field. So that's going to pick up one more. Mankiewicz comes in to score.
Just hits a line drive. See that pitch, even mid-thigh. Hit hard enough, and with Jose's arm in right field, no chance to score the runner from second base.
5 hits in the inning. Still only one man down, and Jeter, who went right back through the middle for a base hit in the first inning, is up there here in the second. And there's another base hit into right field. So that's going to score Johnny Damon. And the hits just keep coming here in the second for New York. Jeter is 2 for 2.
They're starting to get pretty aggressive with Miguel Jeter, swinging at pitches early in the count. He's trying to get ahead of guys. You can see that classic inside out swing by Jeter.
And here's A-Rod. This will close the circle because he is the 9th man to come to the plate here in the second inning. And they stir around out in the Mariner pen. Down low. Is that Sean White out there? That's Eric O'Flaherty. There's a drive into deep left center field, and that baby is going to be off the base of the wall.
He caught it.
It was caught out there. It was caught out there by Ichiro. So Alex Rodriguez just does miss a long ball. It was a long out.
It was 10 miles high. You can see that replay right there. It looks like it almost goes straight up in the air off his bat. See how close he comes to it right there, the 388 sign. Abreu tagging up on the plane, going to third. That was a towering fly ball.
So Abreu down at third base. One and out. Giambi started it all off this inning with the base on balls. 2-0. Turner.
Amazing how little things can change everything. You wonder how this inning would have played out if Adrian had been given the opportunity to catch the ball. That was foul. The fan got a hold of it. If he'd have been given the opportunity to get that out to start things off.
And for an 8. That's a strike. He was going to throw the bat away.
His pitch count getting up in a hurry. 48 just in the second inning.
28 pitches here in the second inning for him. Runner goes and the pitch is hit to deep right center field, and Ichiro is going to get back there and make the catch to retire the side. However, the Yankees have a big second inning. They score 5, and as we go to the bottom half of the second, Yankees 5, Mariners nothing. For a jam-packed house, the Yankees striking early with a 5 spot. In the top half of the second inning, we now go to the bottom half of the second inning. And the youngster Matt DeSalvo with 5 to work with. Jose Guillen, the hitter, taking high, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes.
Well, the good news is they have plenty of baseball left in this game to try to get back into it. Mariners can scratch away a few runs at a time.
Routine pop up. Damon takes care of it. Matt DeSalvo has an interesting windup. Right at the top of a leg kick, he kind of hesitates just a little bit.
Well, he has great balance. I'm sure that helps him with it. Trying to get some kind of rhythm and timing.
And that's sliced into right field. That's going to drop for a base hit. Beltre after the turn going to dig for 2. The throw to second base is not in time. Head first slide. Boy, when he wants to put it in that extra gear, he has got some juice going.
Well, he really does, Dave. He runs well. I don't think there's any question about that. He has to protect his hamstring at times, but you can see this pitch, it's away. Nice piece of hitting right here. Abreu actually has a very good arm in right field, but Adrian makes a nice read, decides he can make it and goes for it. Nice aggressive play, makes it fairly easily.
So here's one of last night's heroes. The man that hit the laser beam home run over the scoreboard in left field, Kenji Jojima.
Anything that's been middle end to him, he has absolutely been hammering to left field.
Down low and outside. This is Jojima in last night's ball game, and man, he was all over. Just a line drive home run in the 4th inning. Genji is fourth. 2-0. Fastball riding in on him. Didn't get around on him. So 2 away as Matsui puts that one away.
He ended up getting that pitch middle in, but it was up a little bit. He was fighting to try to get on top of it, just wasn't able to do it. Popped it up.
Lopez takes a little bit outside. And another can of corn. An easy play out there. Johnny Damon. 3 fly ball outs and 1 man left for the Mariners, and it's 5-0 New York after 2. Hitters, one of yesteryear, one of this year. There's Don Mattingly, former MVP in the American League, talking to the Yankee captain, Derek Jeter. Most people think that when Joe Torre hangs him up when he wants to or when he doesn't want to, that Don Mattingly is going to be the Yankee manager.
Wouldn't be surprised at all, Dave. He was a teammate of mine and great player, of course, but as a good student of the game. Understood the game.
Another base hit. Boy, just a bullet by Matsui. And that's already 8 hits against Batista, who quite frankly is not fooling anybody at all tonight.
Well, he's trying to work ahead of guys. He's throwing fastballs in the middle of the plate, trying to get strikes to work ahead of guys, and they're being very aggressive with him right now. They're swinging at that first fastball or second fastball he's throwing and not giving him an opportunity to get ahead. So either going to have to change things up or make a better quality of pitch on the corners. So when he does that, he falls behind, which he doesn't want to do either. It's a good hitting club. You got to stay out of the middle of the plate with that.
Posada, another base hit to center field.
And again, another first pitch, Dave. They are being very aggressive right now.
So 2 on, nobody out. They're going up there hacking.
Well, they are. Miguel has really done a nice job previous 2 games of keeping everything at the knees or below, and today about mid-thigh early in these counts, and it's like 2 pitches, 2 base hits.
And a bunt. So the sacrifice successful. Sacrifice 2-3 if you're scoring runners. And the Mariners will bring the infield in for Robinson Cano.
See, it's a pretty good bunt. I think it's typically with a runner on second base and one out, you try to keep your infield back if you can, because you don't want to give up 2 runs, but it's getting to the point to where Mike knows that he's going to have to keep them from scoring. Our offense has a chance to get back into this game, but you're going to have to find a way to stop them from scoring. Problem when you bring your infield in is that obviously they don't have as much range, and it opens up some holes. But I think Mike's getting to the point where he just feels like he needs to stop them. And even that pitch, it's a strike, but Cano was swinging.
Went after a high one that time. Big spot here for a strikeout if you can come up with one.
You're right, Dave. And he has, because it's 0-2, he has an opportunity to throw some nasty pitches here, see if he can get him to chase. Tried to climb the ladder a little bit right there, but he doesn't necessarily have to throw him a strike. Not yet. First base is open.
Ball hit hard into right field, and another run comes in to score. And around third coming in to score as the throw goes to second base. Why, I have no idea.
On this base hit, Guillen, they were going to stop the runner at third, Posada, but then Guillen ends up booting it out in right field, makes an error on it. And I think he just assumed that the runner was going to score. You can see the ball. He gets it off the side of his glove. And I think at that point he figured he was already going to score, so he wanted to keep him from going to second base.
So Posada comes around to score on the error by Guillen. And that's going to be it. As Mr. O'Flaherty, Eric O'Flaherty will come in, the left-hander, and take over. He beat New York for his first win in New York last week. 7-0. To Safeco Field, and has been somewhat a low start as far as Mariner fans are concerned, as the Yankees have an early 7-0 lead as they chase Miguel Batista and Eric O'Flaherty, who picked up the victory in New York in relief in his and his first major league victory will take over here early in this ball game here in the third. The Yankees with 7 runs on 10 hits off Miguel Batista, and still only 1 man down here in the third.
Give you an idea here about the 7 runs. They were scored those 7 runs in just 37 pitches total. Gives you an idea how aggressive they were with Miguel today. Kept talking about teams. The Mariners making adjustments to De Silva. Clearly the Mariners made him to Miguel, and it just wasn't his day today. Very effective in New York, and it just didn't work out for him today.
Johnny Damon taking on the inside corner. Just off the inside corner. 1-1. And a fly ball to fairly deep right center field, and Guillen trotting over there. Second out. Bobby Abreu has 1 of the 10 hits. Of the 10 hits, 2 doubles, the rest singles. Nice single. And that should be the third out. A fly ball to left field. And an easy catch for Banez, but the Yankees tacked on 2 more. And as we go to the bottom of the third, they're up 7-0. His Christmas packages a little early here. On the 12th of May, he has received 7 runs of support already. That's good news. Perhaps the bad news for him is it's only the 3rd inning. The Mariners still have a lot of time to make up those 7 runs. And Willie Bloomquist, getting a rare start at shortstop tonight, takes the pitch down low and outside. And a pop-up. Doing a lot of pop-ups. Problem at all. Mr. Abreu.
4 fly ball outs in a row. I didn't hear what Mike had said. Is Betancourt okay? Just giving him a day off?
Yeah,
okay.
Just giving him a day off.
That's unique.
Ichiro beat out the infield hit, or at least that's the way it was called in the first inning.
Too late to change it now. Oh, Alex is, I know it's 3-0 now, but even before that, Ichiro's up there. He's actually playing about as deep as any third baseman I've seen play Ichiro early in the count.
This is a good full straight. That's the second walk he's given up. Negro hit a kick save double play. One off the shoe or the ankle of the pitcher DeSalvo, and he caught it midair and turned it into a 1-6-3 double play in the first inning. There, that's a fair ball. Hits the stands down there where they jet out, and heading to third base standing up is Ichiro. And the Mariners now trying to chip away here. Have runners in scoring position, second and third, and only one down.
Well, you have to start somewhere. Nice piece of hitting at the right side of the line. Nice job by the ball girl down the left field line not to pick this up. She started to go for it, stayed away from it. Nice job on her part to see what the umpire was going to call it. You can see her right there. And then Matsui maybe had a shot at Vidro at second base. He just kind of lobbed it back in.
Raul walked in the first inning. And the curveball swung on and hit to center field way back. Damon going back to the warning track, and this is over his head. Kicks away, going to score two. Ibanez going for three. He has a stand-up triple, and that is the 900th triple in Mariner history. As Raul Ibanez has a three-bagger, the Mariners, more importantly, have 2 runs. And they're back by 5 again at 7-2.
You can see Raul, he's looking for something up in the zone that he can get out of the infield, and there it is. Breaking ball, it's up. And I think this actually fooled Johnny Damon a little bit. Continued to carry. You'll see it bounce off the wall, and he's right next to it. A ricochet off of him. He's got too close to it. And at that point, Raul is just off to the races. You can see this breaking ball's hammered. So it just misses a home run.
Raul's 600 and 601st career RBI. Breaking ball down low and inside. All Sexton has to do is get the ball in the air deep enough. The infield playing back, they're going to give up a run.
Just keep it away from the pitcher.
And he can't do it. They got the runner trapped between third and home, and he hits back as the throw goes to first base. The one thing you didn't want, tap it back to the pitcher.
Well, tried to give him something to think about. The young man made a nice play, jumping in the air.
Mile-an-hour fastball. Slider that time way high and outside. And a breaking ball right up to Silo. And an easy play for the Yankee captain as he drifts onto the outfield grass to retire to side, but the Mariners get 2 back. And as we go to the 4th inning of play, Dave Sims will be with you. It's 7-2 New York.
American League, boy, they are wielding a big club tonight here at Safeco. Dave Sims with Mike Flowers. They came out ripping here. The Mariners did get a couple back in this last inning, but now the bullpen really has to do a number against this Yankee attack.
Well, they really do, and one of the things that we talk about all the time is people making adjustments. The Yankees' adjustment was to be very aggressive with Miguel. A lot of first pitch swings, a lot of hits on those first pitches as Miguel is trying to work ahead of these guys. They just wouldn't let him get to it.
Not at all. I think that last inning when the Yankees put the 5 spot on the board, just about everybody was first pitch swinging, and they were making serious contact. Here's Jeter to lead off in the 4th. It'll be Jeter, Rodriguez, and Giambi. Big numbers on the board for the Yankees. 7 runs on 10 hits. And we're just starting the 4th inning. Jeter, the leading hitter in the American League. 2-0 to Jeter from Eric O'Flaherty, who is in relief of Miguel Batista, who just got hammered. 10 hits, 7 runs, all earned. Fouls one away, so 2-1.
Dave, you know, talking about that, I think that you have to keep in mind too that the Yankees are, we showed a stat earlier when you were over on the radio side about how they're first in basically everything offensively, and what that tells you is you just have to stay on top of your game. You can't afford a lot of mistakes, and if you're a little bit off, these guys will make you pay the price, because they've made a lot of guys pay for it so far this year. So and I think it's also an indication of how great Jared was last night.
270, 18 batting average entering tonight. Jeter blows one by Beltre. That's a base hit for Jeter. That's his 3rd. He's 3 for 3. He's got a base hit, ground ball into left field there. Base hit, an RBI to right field back in the 2nd inning, and a base hit up the middle in the 1st. And here's Alex Rodriguez for the 3rd time. His last time up, he just missed one. Hit it to about 386 feet. Hit it way up in the air. If he had hit it on the line, it would have been in the next county.
Well, I think if anybody was ever going to test the roof when it was closed, that would have been it. It was a towering. It was neat to see the side shot of Alex's last step back, because you can see the ball literally looks like it goes straight up in the air, but it ends up carrying all the way out to the Nikon sign.
That one gets through Jojen. Call that a wild pitch. So that allows Jeter to get in scoring position. Big crowd on hand to watch the Yankees and the Mariners game 2. O'Flaherty That's his first wild pitch of the season. 2 hops to Beltre. He'll keep Jeter at second and throw out Rodriguez, who's 0 for 3. 1 out here in the 4th. Bring up Jason Giambi, who batted twice back in the 2nd inning, walked and scored, and it flied out to center field to end that 2nd inning. That was a 5-run, 6-hit inning, and the Yankees left 2 on that inning. Giambi's days as a first baseman pretty much all over. He's spent 99% of his time as a DH.
I think you're right about that. They have to keep his bat in the lineup. It seems every time he gets a chance to play first base, he ends up getting hurt somehow.
He's a great hitter, not a great athlete, but he's a great hitter.
Mariners know something about that. They had a guy that was actually a pretty good third baseman when he got to the big leagues, but eventually ended up being a DH because they had to keep his bat in the lineup, and Edgar Martinez. Sure. It was a great move for everybody. Edgar, one of the all-time greats as a DH, but you have to keep his bat in the lineup, and there's not much else you can do about it. You know, the guys typically, they don't want to go to that role, but at some point they have to understand that's just the way it is. I know it was initially not an easy move for Gar, but wow, what a DH he turned out to be.
In the greater scheme of things, it's still a good way to make a living.
Oh, yeah.
1-2 to Giambi, 1 out, runner at second. Got him looking. First strikeout tonight for O'Flaherty.
That's a nice pitch. You can see the breaking ball set up away. That's just a perfecto right there, knee high on the corner.
So Giambi now 1 for 2 against Eric O'Flaherty. Bring up Matsui. Back in the 3rd. Put up 2 runs on 3 hits, and they were up their first pitch swinging against Batista, who is now gone. Strike 1 to Matsui.
Dave, it's interesting. Sometimes, you know, we look at stats and numbers all the time before the games and try to prepare ourselves to do our jobs. And you look at the Yankees and you see those 2 numbers against Batista and Damon and Matsui, both hitting 500 or better against them. And I'm telling you, for whatever reason, they either see the ball well or whatever, but you run into those different scenarios, and it held true again today. Both those guys 2 for 2 out of the gates off of them. And you know, as a pitcher, you understand what those numbers are, and the hitters certainly know what those numbers are, but I'll guarantee you they don't know why.
It just is.
It just is. Sometimes they just have your number, and they're going to continue to have success against you.
Matsui entered tonight 8 for 15 and a homer against Batista. Damon 13 of 26, 2 homers against Batista. Both of them got their knocks tonight. Johnny Damon, RBI double, is 1 for 3 on the night. Tap foul.
Blair has a nice little slider going to these left-handers.
Part of the big crowd here at Safeco Field, 44,214 last night. It's like that and more this evening. Top of the 4th, 2 out, and a runner on. Pitch. Close to a 2. Jorge Posada's on deck. Matsui continues this inning. The Mariners come up. It'll be Beltre, Jojima, and Lopez. Back again. Good battle.
He's throwing him everything. A 91-mile-an-hour fastball. Change up at 82 miles an hour. We've seen the good slider.
Matsui 0 for 4 last night. His 2 for 2 tonight. Got it. Well, Flaherty with a couple of strikeouts gets out of a mini jam here. Runner stranded, and through 3.5, it's 7-2 Yankees. Mariners got on the board, 1 out, and Matt DeSalvo walks Ichiro on 4 pitches. Next batter, first pitch swinging Vidro, double down the left field line. Runners at second and third, and then Ibanez hits a blast off the wall in center field. Damon can't come up with it. Second triple of the season for Ibanez, RBI 600 and 601. And those are the 2 tallies for the Mariners this evening against young Matt DeSalvo. Here's Beltre to lead it off and looks at a breaking ball, strike 1. He has not thrown a whole bunch of pitches. Strike 2. Mariners last in walks in the American League. They continue to go up. They're bound to determine they're going to get this kid hacking.
Well, they were aggressive with Rasner last night, and again today with DeSalvo.
Well hit, right center field. Johnny Damon going back, but there's a Brady coming up to make the play. Ball hung up. 1 out here in the 4th. Bring up Kenji Jojima, home run last night, big hero. Kenji coming up with a 303 batting average. There's a whole bunch of all kinds of fans here tonight. At DeSalvo's first pitch, down low. Curious to see where they pitch him. Flied out to left in a 2-0 pitch. See what DeSalvo comes back with. 1-0. That middle in pitch again. He is all over. Down at third base, Sarah Hendry, third base ball girl. 41 pitches for Matt DeSalvo. Division III, outstanding performer at Marietta College in Marietta, Ohio. Did not go, said Randy Marsh. 2-1 to Jojima.
Tell you, he's not somebody that's overpowering. You probably wouldn't think much, you know, when you're looking at a radar gun or anything like that. But what he does is he pitches in and out, coming back inside.
That pitch up. Brady coming on. No, he did not. No, he did not get it. Base hit Jojima. Randy Marsh got out there quickly and a pretty good look at it.
see Kenji in the ball the other way. Watch, you'll see it bounce. This trap says.
Yep.
It's a nice play, but
he sold it well.
Yeah, it's nice.
And that's a big glove too. My goodness. I remember Lou Piniella had a glove about like that big, 78. That's huge. Look at that thing.
Well, for a while, the guys were using those huge softball gloves.
Yeah, right. Here's Lopez. He's 0 for 1. Drives one to the gap and left center field. It's going to hang up. Wow, who's going to make the catch? Goodness gracious. Damon cut in front of Matsui. 2 down.
See Johnny calling it. Anytime the center fielder calls it, you should give way to him. But DeSalvo, I think he has a really good slider to right-handers. He throws it hard. Looks like it breaks the late.
See what Willie Bloomquist can do. Willie, just 2 hits on the season. He's 2 for 20. Ball 1 to Willie. The outside corner, 1-1. Bloomquist getting the start tonight. Unieski Betancourt getting a night off. One of the hotter hitters in the Mariner lineup. 1-1. And this one popped up. And Cano is there. Side retired. Mariners go meekly here in the 4th. It's 7-2 Yankees. Flaherty came into the game, and that was in the 3rd inning with a bunch of runs already in, and he gets out of it, getting Abreu to pop up on an 0-1 pitch. Then in the 4th, gets Giambi looking, and then comes back to get Hideki Matsui, strand to lead off base runner. So far, so good for Eric O'Flaherty. Left-hander out of Walla Walla, Washington, 6'2", 195. Nice cool night here. Beautiful at Safeco Field. Top of the 5th inning, and Jorge Posada having an outstanding evening. He's 2 for 2, 2 runs scored and an RBI. Changeup. Swung on a miss. Posada team best 12 doubles. That is a foul ball by the switch hitting Yankee catcher.
Not by much.
Flaherty came in for the starter, Batista, who got knocked around pretty badly. 7 runs all earned, 10 hits. fouled that one off his foot.
Well, his job now is to keep the score where it's at, eat up some innings. I'm going to say the bullpen, guys are going to bounce right back with a day game tomorrow. See if we can give his club a chance to get back into this game by holding the Yankees where they're at with 7 runs on the board. Here are the guys out in the pen.
Here's the 0-2 to Posada. Now 1-2. It'll be Posada, Minkiewicz, and Cano here in the 5th.
You had a chance yet, Dave, to try the garlic fries here at the ballpark?
Not yet, but my wife tells me they're very good. My son liked them. So it's a good family review. I haven't had a chance yet.
Do me a favor and don't.
Yeah, that's right.
We work too close together.
That's right. Here's one out here. I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you. They didn't have a big sampling, but they did a sampling nonetheless.
You can smell them up here in the booth. Fans love them.
That's right. It is kind of close. So, hey, Mike, how are you? Good to see you. Everything good?
Everything's great. Thanks.
I'll bring up Doug Minkiewicz. Here's where you can get him right there. Minkiewicz, he's having a good evening as well. RBI base hit in the 2nd, sacrifice in the 3rd. A run scored as well. Full foul. Minkiewicz on his way up. He was when we were in New York last week this time. He was under 200. He's got it up to 235 entering tonight. 244 with his base hit.
Basically was signed and in the games playing for the Yankees because of his defense. He's a tremendous defender at first.
Line drive to Lopez. 2 outs here in the 5th. Bring up Robinson Cano to face Eric O'Flaherty. Economical indeed for Mr. O'Flaherty.
A lot of strikes.
Yep. Here's Robinson Cano. 342 batting average last year. Started tonight 100 points fewer. The All-Star team, pretty good second baseman. Real good hitter to have in that 9 hole.
Well, you have to believe with the way he's hitting the pass, starting to build his own track record, that he's going to get that 246 average up. At some point, he'll get hot. Nice looking hitter.
2-1 to Cano. Bottom of the 5th, Mariners will have the top of the order. Ichiro, Vidro, and Ibanez. 7-2 Yankees. Flaherty now behind. It's a 3-1 count. Cano with a little flare job. Ibanez, good running start. Very efficient inning again for Eric O'Flaherty. Mariners down by 5. Some work to do. 0. 5 left on for the Yankees, 4 for the Mariners. Hey friends, mark your calendars. Next Friday, first 25,000 fans will take home the very first Felix Hernandez bobblehead. For tickets to Felix bobblehead night next Friday when the Mariners open interleague play against the Padres, visit mariners.com today. Good news is that Felix is scheduled to start Tuesday against the California Angels, and tickets still available, and that's a divisional matchup, folks, so come on out for that 3-game series against the Angels. Ichiro yanks one down the line, going down there, but it is foul. Ichiro, Vidro, and Ibanez here in the 5th. Ichiro with a run scored, a walk, and a base hit. Slaps one to Jeter. 1 out. Well, the Mariners still haven't solved Matt DeSalvo. Second major league start, both of them against these Mariners.
Same type of thing. Throwing a lot of strikes, keeping his pitch count down.
First pitch, and that's a base hit up the middle for Vidro, who's 2 for 3. He's got consecutive base hits now.
Could easily be 3 for 3. The one out he made was hit it right back up the box, and it actually hit DeSalvo.
Yeah, got a piece of his leg.
Yeah.
Here's Raul Ibanez. He hit a blast off the center field wall for his second triple of the season. Knocked in 2 back in the 3rd inning. 1-0 to Raul.
He can find a way to get on base here and make things interesting. Give Richie an opportunity to give him 3 quick points with a homer.
Strike 1 to Raul. Raul 1 for 4 last night. And an RBI. Base hit to right in the 3rd. 2-1 to Raul. Richie Sexton on deck. Matt DeSalvo 3-0 during his time at Scranton Wilkesboro. And now Raul's ahead 3-1.
Raul looks really comfortable at the plate. Looks like he's obviously been hot lately, raising his average up to 280 now.
(3-1). Fouled it back.
Nice quiet approach.
Like it. Set a spark off here with a base hit. 3-2, runner on. Now back up the middle. Jeter, gloves. Cano, 1. Double play. Nicely turned. 5th inning is over. And the Mariners can't get anything across. It's 7-2 Yankees. Go. And join the party, everybody, in the KMPS Long Ball Lounge this Tuesday. Angels come to town. $50 ticket's going to get you a reserved seat, access to the Long Ball Lounge, and all-you-can-eat ballpark fare buffet, complimentary drink and more. For tickets and more info on the Long Ball Lounge, log on to Mariners.com/longball. There's Johnny Damon. Get back to the top of the order for the Yankees. Strike one poured in there by Eric O'Flaherty. Flaherty came on in the third and has done a nice job. He's held the Yankees scoreless after the starter Miguel Batista was run out of the box after 2 1/3, 10 hits, 7 runs, and basically Mike, his second time in 5 days against these Yankees.
Right.
And Batista's approach, hey, I want to get ahead, and the Yankees figured it out quickly, huh?
Well, I think that Miguel was really good in New York.
There's Willie Bloomquist getting the first out.
Giving up just the 2 runs in 6 1/3, and he's thrown a lot of strikes. And I think that is, you know, obviously it's always a good idea to try to work ahead and throw strikes. The Yankee hitters were just extremely aggressive today. I mean, you mentioned, well, what was it, the 3rd inning?
Yeah, first 2 guys swung the first pitch, has drilled it.
2 pitches, and he's 1st and 2nd on pitches that he's throwing strikes with. But you know, guys make adjustments all the time at this level. And
big sweeping curve gets Abreu to swing through.
But Miguel had a game plan. I think, you know, the difference of it is the Yankees obviously were.
They zoned in quickly.
Well, they did, and you know, I mean, sometimes that's the way it goes. You have those kind of days, and against this club, the caliber of hitters that they have, and with the start that they're off to as an offense, first across the board, just about in everything.
Yeah, scary.
You know, it can catch up to you in a hurry, as it did to Miguel there in the 2nd inning.
Conversely, young Matt DeSalvo's thrown just 56 pitches. That's averaging out 11 pitches for frame.
Yeah, he's also been aggressive in the strike zone.
Tapper, Joachim is on it. Good hustle by Abreu out of the box, and a better play by Joachim at 2 down. Helps to have that mid 6'8" Richie Sexton at first base.
Absolutely. Nice target to throw to. Don't see a catcher throwing the run very often, but Kenji makes a nice play. A little nutter out in front of Abreu, runs well. Nicely done.
We'll bring up Derek Jeter. He's got his batting average up to 381. He started at 368. He's got 3 knocks. Base hit the center, base hit the right, base hit the left. Picked up an RBI too. Ball 1 to Jeter. What a season he's having. AL batting leader, tied for 2nd in multi-hit games. AL hits leader. They got A-Rod right behind him, posting some serious career hit numbers en route to Cooperstown. 2 hops to Bloomquist. Nice play by Willie B. 3 up, 3 down. Here in the 6th, Yankees go quietly. 7-2 New York. At Safeco, 7-2 Yankees. Still some time for the Mariners. Hey kids, get your folks to bring you to Safeco Field next weekend for 2 great giveaways. Saturday, all kids in attendance will receive a great Mariners bat bag. Sunday, all kids take home a pair of Adrian Beltre wristbands. For tickets to these games with the Padres next weekend, tell your parents to log on to Mariners.com this weekend. All right, Matt DeSalvo has thrown 56 pitches. And here we are, bottom 6. Richie Sexson lead off. Strike 1 to Richie. Sexson, Guillen, Beltre. Breaking ball is in there. So 0-2 quickly to Richie Sexson. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Got him. That's only 59 pitches. Matt DeSalvo's thrown. He's got an out here in the 6th.
You see a good breaking ball out of DeSalvo, and this is the reason why right-handers off of him were hitting .060 coming into this game. It's tough on right-handers to lay off that pitch. You can see the late break. Looks like it's going to be in the strike zone. Ends up in the bottom falling out of it. Nice pitch.
There's Guillen. Pops one up, but it's out of play. There's a first strikeout of the evening. 46,153. That's a good crowd. Pretty much the same expected tomorrow. Some obstructed view seats, we're told, are still available. And Guillen behind 0-2. Matt DeSalvo's got a strikeout, Mike, and 2 walks.
Well, he does, and he has just enough zip on his fastball at around 90-91 miles an hour. And you know he has the good slider in the back of your head as a hitter. You guys are a little bit tardy on the heater.
Took something off of that.
Sure did. He's just doing a nice job of pitching. Working the inside and out. See the 62 pitches, 38 strikes.
Oh, and 2 to Guillen. Matt DeSalvo from the same college that produced major leaguers Terry Mulholland and Kent Tekulve. Dave Bradley, 14th round pick with the Reds in '99 as well. Bob Davies, Twins. Here's the 0-2 to Jose. And it hit him on the hip. So a 1-out base runner here in the 6th for the Mariners.
When you're at 7-2, the one thing you don't want to do is walk guys and hit guys, give them free passes. That's how the Mariners scored the first time around, walking Ichiro when it was 7-0.
Here's Beltre. He's 1 for 2 with a double. His 7th double of the season. 1 out here in the 6th. Fastball paints the outside corner. Strike 1. Beltre 1 for 3 last night. He's averaging .250. He's down low, 1-1.
You know, the more you see him, looks like he almost crossfires a little bit on his fastball, trying to hit that outside corner with it. Gives him a pretty good angle to the right-handed hitter.
Ran that in on him, but missed. 2-1. Two-1 pitch. Foul back. 2-2. At DeSalvo, who's written a novel. Hopes to get it published sometime soon. Right now he's fairly novel approach to the Mariners right now. Up 7-2 in the 6th. Another slow breaking ball. Hit foul.
And you can see why on his fastball the guys are a little bit tired. He's 90-91 with his fastball. That breaking ball 76 miles an hour. 14-15 mile an hour differential in those 2 pitches.
Same as Rasner last night, right?
Yeah. I mean, hitting's all timing. They're doing a nice job, and then you throw some location in there with it, and it's difficult.
Oh, that's hit a ton, but foul.
You see him try to get inside on Adrian. Does a nice job of pulling his hands through. He knew it was going to be foul right away. See his reaction.
He was way quick on that. Damon got good wheels. 2 outs.
That's probably one of the better ABs we've seen put on DeSalvo tonight.
Yep. And one of the longer ones too. 2-4 on a 7-pitch at bat. So 2 down here in the 6th. Here's Kenji Jojima 1 for 2 tonight. Kenji had 2 base hits last. The big one was the home run, 2-run shot in the 4th. That game against Darryl Rasner last night. This one struck the center. Johnny Damon coming on, got it. He said he had good wheels. He showed it on consecutive plays. Mariners strand a runner, and through 6. Johnny Damon with the speed keeps the Yankees ahead 7-2. Flowers with you. Next road trip coming up. All aboard. What else is new? We're going to Cleveland again, and then we go to Tampa Bay. We'll see the Devil Rays down in St. Petersburg, then to Kansas City. I think there'll be some beef consumed there, and then to Los Angeles, taking on the LA Angels of Anaheim, and then back to Seattle. For you geometry whizzes, name.
Don't ask me.
Yeah, really. Name that figurine. We're told by the folks in the truck that it's a rhombus, but that was back in 10th grade. I didn't know it then, and I'm not even going to pretend I know it now. Strike 1 to Rodriguez. A-Rod hit a monster fly ball back in the 2nd inning. Rodriguez, Giambi, and Matsui here in the Yankees 7th. A-Rod having a spectacular year. Home run leader in the AL. Slugging percentage leader. Runs leader. Extra base leader. Total base leader. And road batting average. That's a pretty good start. Breaking balls in there. 1-2 to A-Rod.
His own teammate might keep him from winning the Triple Crown this year.
That.
Derek Jeter leading the league in hitting.
Player of the month of April. Here's the 1-2 from O'Flaherty. Got him. So A-Rod caged for the second time tonight for young Mr. O'Flaherty, his third strikeout this evening. O'Flaherty has retired 12 of the 13 batters that he's faced.
Well, they've been pounding him in, and then he goes to small speed pitches. Change up, nice breaking ball in the dirt.
Out of Walla Walla, Washington, Eric O'Flaherty. Jason Giambi stands in. He struck out looking on a 1-2 pitch back and forth. Giambi's got a walk and a run scored, a fly out to Matsui along with that strikeout. And that fastball foul off. 1-1.
Eric over 50 pitches now. You wonder how long Mike's going to go with him. He's done his job so far. Held things there.
George Sherrill warming up in the bullpen.
Worked his way into the 7th inning. Nice job for Eric tonight.
Miguel Batista started, was not around for long. 2 1/3, 10 hits, 7 runs, all earned. Strike 2 to Giambi. Fly ball, left field. Long run for Ibanez. Wow, he has it under control. They keep slicing away from him.
Well, I'll tell you what, Dave. Tonight we've seen some funny plays. I know there was a ball that was hit into right field too that Jose looked like he had it beat on easily, and he had to run a little bit harder and ended up all the way out in the right center. And then that right there, Raul certainly knows his ballpark. But that one fooled him too. So the wind, it must be a little strange.
Cross current going out there.
Yeah, maybe just something a little bit different than what they're used to, because it's playing some funny games with the guys in the outfield tonight.
2 down in the 7th. Here's Hideki Matsui. 2 for 3. Struck out looking back in the 4th. His last at bat. He's real quiet at the plate, isn't he?
Yeah. Not much of a stride. It's a little bit unique. Most of the Japanese players have the big leg kick and kind of hang out there a little bit. And he had a little bit bigger one when he first came to the Yankees, but he's really gotten to the point where it's a real nice quiet stride. Not a lot of movement out of him.
Fine work by Mr. O'Flaherty. Spreading it out. 1-1 to Matsui. Big bender. 1-2.
It's been a really good pitch for him tonight, especially with the left-handers.
Couple shakes. Here's the 1-2 pitch. He's changing speeds very well too. We've been talking about what DeSalvo has done. And how about O'Flaherty? He's thrown 58 pitches. That's a career high.
Well, you have to respect his fastball. He can get into the low 90s. Not afraid to pitch inside. He's done a nice job with that. He really sets things up nicely for his breaking ball. As you see right there. Yeah.
Well, he showed it to him a couple of times. That what do you look like? Fastball away here.
I think he's either going to try to jam him up with a heater inside or go even further away. You know, in a 1-2 count, yeah, see if he can throw something off the plate and make him chase, or try to set it up with a fastball in. He has a couple options right here. He's going away. Breaking ball.
Pulled an outside pitch, and Lopez throws him out. Another effective inning for Eric O'Flaherty. Well done. Through 6.5, it's 7-2 Yankees. Here at Safeco, Lopez, Bloomquist, and Ichiro against Matt DeSalvo. Here with the Mariners running out a little bit of time here, getting late. Matt DeSalvo's held him to 6 hits, Mike.
Well, he has. They haven't quite figured him out yet. You see Jose up there squaring around like he was going to bunt on the first pitch. Basically, all he's doing is trying to make this kid throw some pitches. And what do you know? He throws a strike. You know, I mean, it's
DeSalvo, this will be his 75th pitch coming up. Foul. Jose tonight is flied out to center, flied out to left. There's the numbers. How about that? Single digits in the 2nd, 5th, and he's not going very deep tonight.
Well, we talked about the Yankees when we were in New York about their struggles early in the season and a lot of it revolving around pitching. Well, they may have figured something out here. Let's not forget they're going to get Roger Clemens back at some point. And these two kids, DeSalvo and Rasner, done a nice job for them.
Sure have. And Lopez goes down swinging. 2nd strikeout tonight for young Matt DeSalvo. 1 out here in the 7th. Over 1,500 college students enjoyed the first ever college night here at Safeco Field. It started with a pregame party at Ivar's Clam Bake with food and drink specials. World famous 107.7. The Ann Rockaroki Band be here for the next college night next Thursday. Tickets and more information visit mariners.com/college. Willie Bloomquist. Ball 1 to Willie. He's 0 for 2. Wide out the right, popped out to the second baseman. Down low. The big inning was the 2nd inning for the Yankees. They put up a 5 spot on 6 hits. Bludgeoned Batista that inning. 2-0 to Blomquist. 3-0.
Inning started with a walk. It could have potentially been an out.
How about that? It was a Bartman situation here. Remember that? I mean, Beltre runs over.
It's going to be called. It'll be called that forever now. Won't it? The Bartman situation.
Need I explain?
No, I don't. I've got it. But that's exactly what it was like.
I mean,
and you know what I loved was the reaction of the gentleman that caught the ball, because last second you could see him just fire his glove up. I mean, the ball's coming down, it's going to hit him, and as soon as he caught it, and he realized that Adrian was standing next to him, you could see the look on his face of, oh no, I can't believe I just did that. But it happens.
When I was over on radio, I looked at Rick Riz. I said, you know that run's coming around. He's going to get on and something's going to happen. That's exactly what happened.
It's opened up that whole inning.
Sure did. John B. wound up walking on a 3-2 pitch. Matsui a double, single Posada RBI, Mankiewicz an RBI, then an out. RBI Damon, RBI Bray, RBI Jeter. My goodness, it was amazing. Mike Myers warming up for the Yankees right now. So 1 out, 1 on. Here's Ichiro. Bottom of the 7th. Eric O'Flaherty's done his job holding down the Yankees, retiring 14 of the last 15. Keep the score at 7-2. Myers, the lefty, warming up. And Bruni, the righty. Here's the 1-0 to Ichiro. Tap to Jeter. May only get 1. There's Cano, and a good hard slide by Bloomquist. Keeps him from turning 2. Here's a DH. Jose Pedro.
He's figured him out tonight.
Yep. He's gone up there last time in the 5th. First pitch, base hit to center. First pitch in the 3rd, a double down the left field line. Ball 1 to Jose.
You get the feeling watching Jose, looking up at the scoreboard right now. You see the 305 average. You just feel like he's just going to be right around there all year long. Not any real dips or anything like that. He's just going to consistently hit right around that 300 level, which is what his career mark is on both sides of the plate.
There's another changeup by Salvo. Talking to Jose before the game as George Sherrill warming up. Jose was talking about what the key is. Ball club was very aggressive last night, and regarding DeSalvo tonight, not to let him get a rhythm going, but he has. 1-1 to Jose. Sada can't find it. Vidro will hold. 2-1 to Vidro. Mariners in need of some two-out lightning here in the 7th. Salvo's ready, throws over. He made a couple of good throws when Ichiro was on back in the 3rd. Couple pickoff attempts were real close.
Well, you talked about what an all-around athlete this kid is, and you can see he has quick feet. Trying to hold the runners over there. Give Posada every opportunity to throw him out if you can. Mariners bounce back tomorrow with a day game, off day on Monday, so you can cross O'Flaherty off the list for tomorrow's game. 60 pitches, 44 strikes. Nice job.
14 of 15 retired. 2-1 to Vidro. Well stroked. That'll get into the corner. Ichiro will get minimum 3 on this one. Be another double for Vidro. What a night. 3 consecutive hits for Jose Vidro. 2 outs, 2 on for the Mariners here in the bottom of the 7th.
It's a great piece of hitting. He knows that hole is open and he rips it through the hole. Simankevich should make a diving effort to buy him before he could get off the ground, basically. Nice job.
Well, Joe Torre has made a decision. He's going to change pitchers, but again, Matt DeSalvo, fine effort here. 2 outs in the 7th. He has a 7-2 lead. Mike Myers comes on. Tell you about him when we come back. Here at Safeco on a beautiful night for baseball, and we expect a beautiful afternoon for baseball tomorrow here at FSN. Noon start. Good pitching matchup. Andy Pettitte against Horacio Ramirez, a much better pitcher at home. He's been knocked around on the road, but much better at home. The veteran Andy Pettitte, will see him tomorrow. The wrap up of this 3-game series. There's Andy.
Ramirez's ERA is under 2 at home.
Mike Myers making his 19th appearance, lefty specialist, and they bring him in to go after Raul Ibanez. He's got a 2-run triple to his credit tonight. Big spot right here. Strike 1 to Raul.
It's 2 for 4 off of Mike in his career.
And the runners, Ichiro at 3rd and Vidro at 2nd. Myers really tied up Raul with that pitch. That is such a funky rhythm to watch. That's got to be murder for lefties.
Well, you're right, and that's why he's in the game. That's what he does. He's in just to get one hitter out, and that's Raul.
0-2 to Ibanez, a 2-on, 2-out. Bottom 7, 7-2 Yankees. Oh, rolled that one.
No, you don't see many left-handers that drop down the way that he does. Some of them will throw more sidearm, but he submarine style.
And that's not something you see every day.
Especially left-handed.
Yeah.
You know, it's a little bit difficult. Now,
Man.
you know, Raul stays in there on lefties as well as any left-handed hitter. He can hit the breaking ball off the lefties and handle their fastball, but this is something that it's just unusual. You just don't see much of.
See if he can hang in here with 1-2 the count. With 2 outs, 2 on. So get out of play.
The thing about Myers is he doesn't throw hard. And his breaking ball is a big sweeping breaking ball that he'll change speeds on.
He does that. He has that frisbee shot, that one that comes all the way around.
It almost looks like, as a hitter, a left-handed hitter, you know, Raul's up there. It looks like he throws it right at him, or maybe even behind him a little bit. And if
exactly.
You know, if he throws it in that 72, 73 mile an hour range, it can break all the way across the plate.
1-2 pitch. Stayed with it. Rodriguez got him. 2 stranded. Through 7. The Yankees have a 7-2 lead. Yankees over the Mariners, and Eric O'Flaherty, my Flyers, did a heck of a job in 4 2/3, retired 14 of 15.
Well, he was outstanding. No walks on the board, 3 strikeouts, 60 pitches, 44 strikes. See the good breaking ball that he praises Giambi on. His job was to come in and pitch some innings, keep the score where it was at, to give his club a chance to get back in the game, and that's exactly what he did. See the play by Willie.
Good strikeout there. Heck of a pitch against Rodriguez.
Another good slider. He had a good slider going tonight. George Sherrill will pick him up now.
So George has been outstanding as well. He's coming in to his 13th game. Opponent's hitting just a .156 against George Sherrill. It'll be Posada, Minkiewicz, and Cano here in the top of the 8th inning. Posada's got a couple of hits tonight, 2 for 3, 2 runs scored.
George's job primarily is one of Mike Myers is to get the left-handers out, and he has done that. He did it last year, and this year so far lefties just hitting .059 off of him.
Oh man, that is a scary number.
That's doing your job.
Yes, indeed.
Mike might try to get a full inning out of him here.
Back up the middle, base hit Posada, his 3rd base knock of the game. Georgie enjoying a fabulous year. getting the line on DeSalvo. 6 2/3, 7 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts. We're in the 8th inning. George Sherrill, 3rd pitcher tonight for the Mariners. Doug Mankiewicz looks at ball 1. Mariners 8th. It'll be Sexton, Guillen, and Beltre, the heart of the order, 4, 5, and 6. Popped up. Looks like it's playable. Beltre is there. Even takes a look in the crowd. Nobody could take that one away from him. Well, remember when we were talking about our next road trip, Mike?
Yes.
The boys downstairs have come up and said it as a 5-sided figure. Is that right, Curtis? It's a pentagon. 5-sided polygon is a pentagon. Nothing to do with the building in suburban Virginia, just outside of Washington, D.C. And all you geometry students, we beg your pardon.
Guess you're just going to take their word for it, right? You're not going to argue that.
Hey,
okay.
It's out of my league, pal.
Here's the one that figured it out.
If my man comes up with it, I got to go with him. I mean, come on now.
Here's the gentleman that figured it out for us.
Guys, I just wanted to tell you that you're a little bit wrong there. He'll be running for mayor next week. 0-2 to Cano.
I can tell you that's a long road trip and a lot of miles to be logged on that one.
And Cano knew it. He's done. On 3 pitches, 2 outs. Pick up $10 view reserve tickets on any BECU family night this season, folks. Anyone can take advantage of these $10 view reserve tickets. The next BECU family night is set for next Tuesday when the Mariners open an important AL West series against the Angels. Tickets available right now online at mariners.com. Those Angels put up a W this afternoon against the Texas Rangers. Here's Johnny Damon. He got fooled on that pitch, 1-1. Angels 6-3 win at Texas. George Sherrill ahead 1-2 against Johnny Damon.
Be interesting to see what kind of changes Joe Torre makes to his lineup tomorrow with the left-hander Ramirez going, and he has some guys that are beat up a little bit who he keeps in the lineup and who he decides to take out. There he is talking to Don Mattingly.
Down to bench coach this year. Lee Mazzilli not invited back. Lee now working on TV in New York. Met games. Comebacker to George. Whoa! So the inning lives. Error on the pitcher, George Sherrill.
See, George does a nice job of catching it, and then he just kind of lobs it over there, almost like a D-cell on that thing. And bounces it in front to Richie. He's going to get an opportunity to try to get another left-handed hitter out in Abreu.
Tough spot here. Gave the Yankees an extra out. There are 2 on. 2 out here in the 8th. How many times it's been said before, you come to a baseball game, you see something you haven't seen in a long time or ever before, or maybe ever. You don't see that often on comebackers. Absolute gimme outs. Strike one to Abreu.
It does happen, though.
Here's the 0-1 to Abreu. 1-1.
George typically doesn't have any problems fielding his position and making the throws. That was just a mistake on his part, but I've seen pitchers that can't throw to bases at all.
Big sweeping breaking ball, 1-2.
And again, George isn't one of those guys. Typically, he'll make a good throw in that situation.
Who can forget? We've seen catchers who've had a hard time just getting the ball back to the pitcher. It does happen.
One of them played in Seattle, Mackey Sasser.
Mackey Sasser, I remember that. Yeah. 1-2. Back. Mackey Sasser had some good days at the plate, swinging the bat.
He did. And I played with another guy in New York, Steve Sachs, and when he was in New York, he was fine, but there was a period there with the Dodgers where he couldn't throw the ball to first base.
It's unreal.
Yeah, just crept in there and he just couldn't do it. Was it?
Chuck Knobloch,
yeah.
When he left New York, that was his ticket out of town. He couldn't get that out. He couldn't complete 4-3.
Steve would tell me too, he'd go out early for fielding practice, and he said sit there and throw strikes to first all day long, but then all of a sudden 7:05 would come around and said, just short circuit in the brain, and he'd start throwing it all over the place. He tried to throw it hard, tried to lob it, everything just didn't work.
Well, Sherrill really messed with Abreu's timing there. Good pitch, popped him up, and there's Bloomquist for the out. No damage done. So the Yankees strand 2 to the bottom of the 8th now. Mariners really running out of time, trailing 7-2. They did all of their work in the second and third innings, and now they have their third pitcher of the evening, Kyle Farnsworth. Big guy at 6'4", 235. Born in Wichita, Kansas, now lives in Canton, Georgia. And we're talking triple digits, folks, when he's right. He can rush it up there. A little disconcerting when you see a guy who can throw 100 miles an hour wearing glasses, but that's a whole nother stand-up bit. And easy for me to say, I'm a long way from that batter's box.
Well, the glasses are new, right?
Yeah.
I remember him wearing glasses when he was with the Cubs. I would prefer that he kept them on if it helps him see.
Don Clendenin, the late great Don Clendenin, talked about facing Bob Veal, a big left-hander who threw super hard in the 60s. Glasses kept fogging up. And after the third time, Bob said, I'll take the glasses off. And Don said, no. Put the bad boys on.
Take your time,
what you
clean
said.
them up.
That's exactly what you said.
Well, Farnsworth, he's out there. You're going to see 97 all day long with this guy. And
Richie's the first guy to stand in there. No, no, no. Make sure you keep them on. It's okay.
Glasses were fogging up.
First pitch, strike one. Richie's done a little long ball against Mr. Farnsworth. 4 Ks and 4 back. Whoa. Almost handcuffed Jake. 1 out. Jose Guillen stands in against Kyle Farnsworth.
We know he likes to hit the fastball.
Preferably first pitch. See if he gets one. If he gets the express right here. Guillen 1 for 4 against Farnsworth. Got a breaking ball. Farnsworth's been around Cubs, Detroit, Atlanta, and now in his 2nd year with the Yankees. Went 3-6 in 72 games last year. That going to sit down? It does. And a lot of backspin on it. Base hit for Guillen, his first of the night. And for the Mariners, their 8th. Here's another good fastball hitter. He's not had much success, hadn't had any success against Farnsworth. Mariners have left 7 runners on base. They're 1 for 6 with runners in scoring position tonight. That's hit real well, but it's going to stay in the ballpark. Guillen challenging, and he's going to make it. The ball jumped off of Beltre's bat. 2 down.
You have to like that play by Jose. They're down 7-2. He has an opportunity to get to second base and hustles in a second. It would have been real easy for him to just do the normal halfway. You see him hustle back and then running hard, trying to get into scoring position, try to get this a little bit closer.
Matsui communicating with Johnny Damon in center field. Here's Kenji Jojima. 1 for 3 tonight. Big difference there, folks. Pretty much your ball game right there. 6 for 13 against 1 for 6. 2 outs here in the 8th. Ball 1 to Jojima.
He showed up at 99 miles an hour.
Jojima got the advantage right now, 2-0. Two outs here in the bottom of the 8th.
Go ahead and hit one out of here and make him get Rivera up. They probably don't want to with a day game tomorrow, but get it within 3 runs, they might have to get him up.
Defensive swing, bounces one to Cano. Inning over. Runner stranded. 8 complete now. 7-2 Yankees. Yankees. All the runs coming the first 3 innings here at Safeco. And this call to the bullpen is brought to you by your Western Washington Toyota dealers. New pitcher for the Mariners is Chris Reitsma in his 13th appearance. He follows Batista, O'Flaherty, Sherrill, and now Reitsma.
Talk about the bullpen between George and O'Flaherty. 77 pitches, 57 strikes. It's good work.
Reitsma's last work last week in New York on the 7th. Third of an inning. Picked up a win. His last win was against Washington a year ago. And he faces the meat of the Yankee attack. Jeter, Rodriguez, and Giambi. 3, 4, and 5 here in the 9th. It is a huge night for the Yankee captain. There's Mariano Rivera. 1-0 to Jeter. This one hit right at Ichiro. 1 out. Well, here's Rodriguez. He's K'd twice tonight. Batista got him in the first. O'Flaherty got him in the 7th. In between, he flied out to center, hit it just a mile high, and got it to about 386 feet away. Didn't miss by much, and he grounded out. Start him off with a breaking ball, strike 1.
Well, Alex has done damage against everybody but the Mariners so far. They've done a nice job with him.
Fastball, 1-1. Read all the stories about him. He put the high-end batting cage in his home. It's helped make a big difference. 4 cameras down there, big screens that get immediate feedback. It's worked out. Stayed away from him with that pitch. 3-1 Reitsma to Rodriguez. Giambi's no bargain on deck. They play Rodriguez a step towards left and fairly deep. Good breaking ball by Chris Reitsma. Well, a strikeout would be a trifecta for A-Rod tonight. 3-2 he struck out in the first. On a 1-2 pitch in the 7th he went down. Here's a 3-2 pitch. Missed. So Reitsma with a walk here, 1 out in the 9th for the Mariners in the home 9th coming up. Bottom of the order, 8-9-1, Lopez, Bloomquist, Ichiro.
Mariners put the big time shift on for Giambi.
They're not going to hold Rodriguez. Giambi fouls one back. He is a strong man. He takes a big cut.
He does. Nice short, compact swing.
Get through the zone. MVP is with the A's. There's back in the year 2000. Talking about some numbers. 333, 43 homers, and 137 runs knocked in. 5-time All-Star. The 05 American League Comeback Player of the Year. Good change of pace.
Really nice.
One and 2 to Jason. 1 out here in the 9th. Rodriguez on first by way of a walk. Count runs 2-2. $46,153 here at Safeco tonight. 2-2 to Giambi. Back again. 93-mile-an-hour heater.
We're seeing this shift for the first time. If a ball is hit on the ground to the right side, Adrian Beltre, the third baseman, is overplaying towards short. You can see him there in the shortstop position. He will take that throw at second base. He's done a nice job of turning that this year. He can handle it.
Here's the 2-2. He's staying alive. Really good job. Yankees sent 10 hitters to the plate in the second inning. In that inning, Giambi walked and scored and ended the inning with a fly out to center. Long at bat here. 2-2 pitch. No sir. 3-2. Ninth pitch coming up. Hideki Matsui on deck. Three-two to Giambi. Fastball struck him out. Rodriguez takes second.
See the power of Jason on that swing.
And they give A-Rod the stolen base. Taking second on the strikeout. Third stolen base for Rodriguez. Here's Matsui. Nice curveball. Strike one. It was a hit parade by the Yankees in the fifth. 5 runs on 6 hits. They added 2 more in the third. Haven't scored since. Look out. Mariners got 2 runs. That was in the third. 2-run double by Ibanez, and it's been pretty silent since then. Just 4 hits since that 2-run, 2-run third inning by Seattle. Matsui straight away. Maybe a couple steps towards right as Ichiro. 2-1 to Hideki. Two for 4. He's done some good work tonight. Posada right behind him. He's got a 3-hit night. And Bloomquist had it, dropped it. Everybody's safe. I'm going to call that a base hit. Yankees with runners at the corners.
Sometimes when they hit the line drives, it fools you, the speed of it. You expect it to get to you a little bit quicker. Willie jumps in the air. See him jump in the air to try to catch this. Probably hits him in the palm of the glove a little bit and was able to bounce out of there.
The runners at the corner, and here comes Posada. He's got 3 singles, and all 3 have been sent right back through the box. All 1 to Jorge. Posada has not been messing around either. He's been had to count to his advantage, and he's been very aggressive at the plate tonight. 1-0 here. Down low, 2-0. A little chilly here as we've moved later into the evening here at Seattle. Coming up on 9:45 Pacific time. It was 59 degrees when this one started back at 7:11. 2-0 pitch. Sada fouls it off.
The problems that Jason has had with the bone spurs. And a day game coming back tomorrow. Posada might work his way into the DH role with as hot as he is right now, hitting 373. Ron Nieves, the backup catcher, will probably go behind the plate, but he might DH tomorrow.
Change up by Reitsma. 2-2.
Switch here, they can move him over to the right side against Ramirez.
So Deuce is wild here. Top 9, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Two to Posada. Backed him off. 3-2. There's Doug Minkiewicz. He's 1 for 3 with a sacrifice and a run scored tonight. Three-two pitch. Popped up. Blomquist is there, makes the catch. Last licks for the Mariners coming up. It'll be Lopez, Blomquist, and Ichiro. 7-2 Yankees. (7-2) Yankees. Bottom of the 9th coming in. And making his first appearance since last Wednesday. We can tell you about that in a second. Don't forget 25,000 if you and 25,000 other people got your Ichiro bobblehead on Friday, April 27th. Now be one of the first 25,000 fans to take home the very first Felix Hernandez bobblehead. That's next Friday night. For tickets to Felix bobblehead night next Friday. Mariners open interleague play against the Padres. Visit Mariners.com today. As I was saying, Mariano Rivera making his first appearance since last Wednesday. The future Hall of Famer making his 14th appearance. Has not been a classic start for Mo to this point, but there's a lot of ball to be played yet.
See the ERA and the 2 blown saves.
Mariano Rivera, the Yankees winning these 4 championships during this 12-year run. Big part of it. Probably couldn't have done it without him. And not for a couple of bloopers, they might have won a couple more.
Well, you see where he ranks on the list, but that guy has saved more. Mariano Rivera has saved more big games than any of them.
Said last week, once you write up your Hall of Fame speech right now, Lopez the first to look at it. And Mariano misses ball 1. Ben Broussard's on deck. Paint the outside, missed. 2-0. Ben Broussard going to get a chance to pinch hit. sharp. Right now, 3-0. Mariners will take it.
How many times have you seen a closer comes in a non-save situation and they seem to struggle with it? I don't know why. They just do.
Lost them on 4 pitches. But Ben Broussard get a chance to pinch hit. Broussard on the season is 2 for 5 pinch hitting. He had that huge grand slam in Anaheim last month. Only the 3rd walk given up by Yankee pitching tonight.
Well, Rivera throws the cut fastball, and Ben has a hole on the right side to try to hit it through.
Ben trying to break an 0 for 6 career against Rivera. Strike 1. On the ground, Minkevich gets through. First and second. Lopez turns. He's going to 3rd. I'll start looking up your never know file, because here are the Mariners with runners at the corners, nobody out, bottom 9 down 7-2.
Well, I showed you the graphic on Mariano Rivera and what he's done. He walks leadoff hitter. The Minkevich is one of the top all-time fielding first basemen. You see that move.
Yeah, he's got tremendous fielding percentage.
Second all-time, I think.
Yeah, it is. And so now you bring up Ichiro. Ichiro's got a base hit and a run scored tonight. Strike 1 from Rivera. Big man up situation right here for the Mariners and Ichiro. First 2 hitters reach base. Check swing, foul back. 0-2. And Rivera, his advantage right now. Jose Vidro's on deck. He's got 3 consecutive hits, a 3 for 4 night. Another foul.
You see why Rivera is tough on left-handed hitters. His fastball is 92, 93, sometimes 94 miles an hour, and he has a little cut to it. So he tries to get it in on the hands, which he did right there to Ichiro. What he could do is try to fight it off.
Here's the 0-2 pitch. Posada wants it up and in. Gets it to A-Rod. They got Lopez hung up between 3rd. A-Rod's going to tag him out. So 5-5. Lopez retired. So that's first out here in the 9th. Two runners on, 1 out now. That brings up Jose Vidro. So A-Rod had to play right in front of him. Lopez broke on contact, and they got him out.
Kind of unusual, really. Most of the time they'll just concede the run and
yeah, I know.
throw it down to second base.
Ball wasn't hit real hard. I guess he figured that was sort of a arrhythmic kind of play here. Take what you have.
Probably figured that he wasn't going to turn 2 because what you're saying, it wasn't hit that hard, so may as well get the lead runner and help his pitcher out. We have the roof closing.
0-1 to Vidro. Got 3 consecutive base hits. Hit on the ground, Jeter, Cano, ball game. Yankees win it 7-2, 7-13-1 for the Yankees, 2-8-2 for the Mariners. All the damage done in the second inning with Batista got blown away. 7-2 Yankees. Back with more right after this.